All right, sorry about that. I had a few technical gremlins to sort before we went live today. I'm going to be live for the next 3.5 hours. We'll see. I booked the afternoon off work for this deadline. I'll probably stop around 4:30, 5 o'clock, but we're going to do a marathon deadline stream here today. I've got some big decisions to make with my team. We've just had a fair few press conferences, so we'll go through the main news about players in that one. Yeah, it's going to be huge. Good to see you, Tom. Hope you're all good, mate. I guess you're going live at some point this afternoon. Let us know what time. We'll send people your way. Can't say today is the most exciting day of football in human history. It's West Ham v Nottingham Forest at 8 PM UK time. I will not be watching that. Ooh, hang on. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. This is all a bit wrong. There we go. Update the graphics. Oh, the graphics are not updated. Bear with. Bear with. There we are. Should all be good now. So here's my team. Here's my team. So I've got a couple decisions to make, really. Couple decisions to make. I've decided there are a couple of players that I am definitely going to sell. I'm going to get rid of Raya this week, and I'm going to get rid of Cherky. Rice is coming in. I think it makes sense to buy Declan Rice. And then I've got a call, basically, on which goalkeeper I buy for Raya. Daniel, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. So which goalkeeper I buy for Raya is my big decision, basically. And also, what do we do with Ekitike? So there was the news was for the last game he was left out because of DOMS, which is basically muscle soreness you get from lifting weights in the gym. But it actually turns out that it might be a little bit worse than that, according to Arnie Slot. I'll show you the quote. I'll pull up the old quotation. Bear with. It's in the old Cartel Discord, because we're good at that. All sorts of team news coming out in the old Cartel Discord. Where is it? There it is. Let's get that tweet up. So here's the tweet. Don't know why it's opened in wrong browser, but there you go. Can you see that? Oh, what's going on? There's the tweet. So on the absence of Hugo Ekitike, what's going on with this laptop today? It's not liking me. Isak's been out for a few weeks. That's obviously meant that Hugo Ekitike has to play more minutes. He has picked up a slight hamstring injury because we had to play him more. Hopefully back for the Arsenal game, but that's definitely not sure yet. He travelled because he felt something during the training session, so he went for an MRI scan, and we got a result when we were flying. We were hoping it was just a bit DOMmed, so muscle soreness after the gym. But unfortunately, we saw a little bit more. So he's got a little bit more than just a sore hamstring. There may be a little bit of an issue there. The thing is, with Ekitike, as I'm probably sure a lot of Ekitike owners are aware, he's got Burnley at home as his next fixture. So by selling him this week, you're obviously going to miss the Burnley at home fixture. And then they've got Bournemouth, who can't defend. Newcastle, who aren't very good away from home. And then City in 25. So I could move him on for Thiago. Obviously, a few weeks ago, probably like most FPL players, I sold Thiago to get Ekitike in. And here we are going back to Thiago. But that's the nature of the game sometimes, I guess. Yeah, it's what it is. A couple other things I could do with my team as well. So with Semenyo potentially going to Man City, well, he looks like this will be his last game for them against Tottenham tomorrow. That game is, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like that will be his last game for Bournemouth. So that's a thing. We've also got I don't know. I just feel like Tavernier could be pretty good. Kluivert, he's confirmed to have a knee injury that he's having surgery on. So I think that opens the door for maybe Tavernier to come in for Elliot Anderson, maybe. So that's another move I could make. I'm also potentially, I think at some point we need a plan to get Bruno Fernandes back. So he'll be back at some point. Apparently he was pushing before he obviously got sacked. He was pushing Amorim to get back. So we'll see on him. I don't think Ekitike to Thiago was a knee-jerk here. Oh, sorry. I'm confused. Rebecca, I don't think you should be worried about that. I think Foden is still pretty good. You look at his stats. He's still putting up decent underlying data, and the fixtures are really good for him. Brighton, Man United, Wolves, Tottenham, and next 4. I think the fixtures are really good. I wouldn't be in a rush to sell Foden. I know his price is going down and lots of people are selling him, but I still think he's a good option. You know exactly what will happen if you sell him this week. I don't have Saka. Oh, we've already answered that. Start 2, Ekitike, O'Reilly and Garner. Well, O'Reilly and Garner, mate. MV, good to see you, mate. Happy New Year to you, mate. I hope everything's going well with your channel. By the way, FPL MV, fantastic FPL YouTube channel. I'm sure he's still making videos. Of course he is. Up to 5,000 subscribers now. Mate, we love to see that. Good for you, mate. Cranking out the content recently. It's what we love. Well done, man. Thoughts on Rodri? Nah, too injury prone this season. The thing is, when you get an ACL repair, right, they use part of your hamstring tendon to repair the ACL, and what he's suffered with this season is hamstring issues. It's what you get when you recover from an ACL. So I still think this season is going to be a season where he's still recovering from the ACL injury. So I wouldn't touch Rodri. I think Declan Rice is the Rodri of this season, if that makes sense. Jerome, I just think there's absolutely no reason why you should sell Granit Xhaka to one of those two. Thank you, MV, mate. I appreciate you. Start 2, Riot. Why have you got Riot and Roos in your team? That's not a great place to be. I would start Roos and Saliba, I think. Gut feel. Verts probably plays, though. Maybe it's Roos and Verts. RJ Gupta in Orlando. Love that. Bench 1. Gut feel is Szoboszlai there. Or Verts. One of the 2 Liverpool players. Well, we don't know, Daniel. That's the problem. He was injured for the last game. He had more than just... He had a hamstring issue, but he could be back. And also, the thing with Ekitike, right? Sorry, the chat's going a bit too quickly. I can't answer every question at the moment. The thing with Ekitike, let's have a look at Liverpool's fixtures, right? So you think he misses... So let's say he misses this the Arsenal game, right? He's then got Barnsley in the FA Cup next week. He could get a rest in that game. And then it's Burnley at the weekend. Marseille away. I'm thinking of doing it. And the reason I'm thinking of doing it is not because I actually really, really want to sell Ekitike. The reason for me doing it is because Thiago allows me to get the players I want in my team. So if I'm just going to go into Fantasy Football Hub a second, we'll have a look at, say, Game Week 23, maybe, when Bruno Fernandes is back. And we'll just log in. Just log in properly. There we go. So if I look at my team, pick team, Game Week 23, there we go. So this is my team currently. That's going to be Sanchez, most likely. That's going to be Rice. That's going to be Thiago. So that allows me to do this. Bruno. Get him in. And also get this boy in. So I could have a team by Game Week 23. I can judge around my defence a little bit if I want to as well. But I could have a team by Game Week 23 that looks like that. And I think that's a wildcard team, basically. Forgive the defence. The defence we can change around a little bit. Sanchez trained today. That's the latest news, so he should be fine. There was a Chelsea press conference at 12, and I can't remember his name. The guy currently managing Chelsea said that Sanchez has been training. But yeah, that's the team I could have come Game Week 23. I think it's pretty good, isn't it? It's got all the big dogs in midfield, and then I've still got a little bit in the bank, so I could potentially chop and change my defence a little bit. Callum McFarlane, that's it. So, yeah, that's my thinking of the reason to get Thiago. And you just look at... Got 3 free transfers, mate. Enough to make all those moves. I just look at Thiago as well, and removing Cherky before Wolves and Man United. Levi, you love to give me shit in the comments. Mate, Semenyo's signing, Oscar Bob's fit, Doku's back. I think it makes total sense to get rid of Cherky. The minutes are so uncertain going forwards for him, I think. And also, Rice is probably the second best midfielder in the game at the moment. Man City's fixtures, they've got 2 games. They've got 3 games in the next week. Marmouche is back from AFCON as well. Then they play Man United. Then they've got a Champions League game. Look at the fixtures that they have. You're telling me that Cherky is going to be nailed? I just don't believe it. And he's probably going to get a rest against Wolves looking at those fixtures as well. Like, I'm not. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense to get rid. He was only in this team for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I think he's done his job since I bought him, really. I bought him ahead of the West Ham game. I think he's done his job. Thiago, for me, is not a wisey, not a wildcard pick. Is Tavernier goodbye? I think so. He's probably the best of that price category now, given that Semenyo's going to sign for Man City. Clive at the penalty taker is out, which means Tavernier is probably going to take penalties. If Munoz is back, yeah, fair enough. I've got 5 players for City United. Don't know. I prefer Enzo over Tavernier. Yeah, fair enough, but Tavernier is about $1 million cheaper, isn't he? I agree on Enzo. I think I might... Well, tell you what. Oh, I've got Mark Goo. Oh, no, he's blocked me from triple Chelsea. That's annoying. I was going to say I could do Anderson to Enzo. I could probably work out a plan to do that. I thought you... What's with the... have I said something about a lyric that is... I don't know. Who's that song by? Holly, good to see you. I hope you and the babby and the family are well. Replacement for Guardiola? Yeah, I don't mind Shalabar. Let's go back to my team. Do not mind Shalabar. What's going on with Holly? Start Dubravka or Raya? Honestly, I think I'd start Dubravka this week. I don't think Bruno's going to be fit. And I genuinely reckon Burnley could keep a clean sheet against Man United. Here's the odds. So Arsenal still have a 37% chance of a clean sheet. Burnley only 16, but I don't know. Just a Miranda reference. That's all right, mate. I don't watch Miranda. Sorry. Or I haven't watched it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you start David Raya or would you start Dubravka? I do Nixie, yeah. I don't have much of a bench either. That's another reason why I'm doing that. Missed the deadline. I've got to say, in recent games, I've not been too impressed with Cherky. He was crap, I thought, against Chelsea. I don't know. I still think Cherky to Declan Rice is the right move. I just think it's the right thing to do. It helps my mental health to have Declan Rice in my team anyway. I'm all good, Holly. I must say, Christmas for a football content creator is not particularly a break. So I'm very much looking forward to this weekend because I'm not going to have to... You know, I love doing this, but I need a break. And I'm quite glad that it's cup games this weekend, so I don't have to... I'm not busy. We'll do team reviews in a bit, Arlene, if that's okay. Play Virgil over Ekitike. Well, I think Ekitike either starts or he doesn't feature at all. So, Arkin Blom, I think I'm going to sell Ekitike, to be honest with you. I think he's going to go to Thiago for me. Yes, I absolutely do, Nixie. I do think Krupi becomes better. It just depends who they sign to replace Semenyo, but I think Krupi's place in the team is going to be relatively secure, I'd like to think. And as well, I think he could play the number 10 with no Kluivert. João Pedro in for no, I can't recommend buying João Pedro, I'm afraid. Would you do O'Reilly to Chow with 1 free transfer? I'll probably save it, mate, to be honest with you. Sorry, J. Dubon, you've sent that to me already and I missed it. 2 players to start and 2 to bench between. Oh, bloody hell. Timber I'd start. I'd probably start Timber. It sounds so wrong, but I'd probably start Timber and Ekitike. Is that stupid? Well done, Lucas. Is that miserable week in FPL or real life? I hope both are going well for you, mate. Start Mukiele or Ekitike. Well, I'm thinking of selling Ekitike. But I think you start him because Mukiele could do well against Brentford. But then Brentford are good at home. Could do Tavernier for Anderson. Yeah, but then I don't desperately need to do it, I don't think. I don't desperately need to do it. Palmer, Rice or Saka, Enzo. Gut feel is actually Palmer, Rice there. Rice or Lefay? Rice. I mean, Rice is the second best midfielder in the game at the moment, without a doubt. Yeah, Tom's right. Could do Tavernier for Anderson. That is it's quite the move, that. Yeah, fair. I'm swapping down to get Bruno in. What's your plan for Chelsea Bruno? Well, I'm going to buy a Chelsea player this week. I'm going to buy Sanchez. Plan for Bruno, probably sell Foden for Bruno or Cunha for Bruno. And then get Palmer in for one of those 2 as well. Should I start Wirtz? Yeah, go on then. I don't know though. It depends who he's up against. Like in terms of players in your team to start him up against. Steve Green. I'd probably start Gabriel and Timber. Why not? Thiago has Chelsea, Villa, Newcastle away, and Arsenal home soon. Let's see those Brentford fixtures. See those disgusting Brentford fixtures, shall we? You know what? I actually don't mind those fixtures. I don't hate them, you know. They're not at... Brentford are just giant killers as well. I'm not too worried. It sounds mad, but I'm not too concerned. Let's see where his goals have come so far. Scored 2 against Newcastle already, but that was obviously in the reverse. 14 Premier League goals, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. Scored at the Stadium of Light, one of the toughest places to go this season. Scored against Man United, scored against Liverpool, scored against Newcastle, scored against Brighton. Then a big gap of nothing. And then 3 goals against... I think he's fine. I'm not too concerned, really. And by that point, there might be another striker that emerges, really. What's your say on Foden and Rice? I don't know what you mean. Foden versus Rice? I'd probably say Rice. Thoughts on Barry? Oh, God, no. I wouldn't pick Barry. No way. I have Watkins in for wildcard. I don't rate Watkins. I like him, but I think he's probably too expensive, to be honest with you. What should I do with Minte? Probably sell him if you can. Get Rice or Tavernier. I would buy Tavernier over Garner. Alfred. Start 2. Bloody hell, the chat's going crazy. Will you play Timber and Gabriel or sub 1 for Alderete? I'd probably sub 1, you know. Yeah, me too. I had curry and rice for lunch. I think that's a sign, isn't it? Ideal midfield for next 8 weeks. There it is, right there. Maybe, actually, Tavernier instead of Anderson. I'd probably have to say Bruno G now, Steve Green. My mind on him has been changed. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Nixie. Well, I think the thing is with Foden is the only player he's really sellable for is Bruno Fernandes or Palmer. And I just think Palmer, especially from Gameweek 24, so I know I'm looking at Margu, but that run is ridiculous. So I think you could quite easily keep Foden for the next few and then buy Palmer for those 4 games. I wouldn't recommend Raul Jimenez because I think Muniz will be back soon. Yeah, I just don't like it. Sell Van Dijk to Shalabar. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. No, Go-Kart Mozart. The only thing I would say there is that's the issue of having 2 starting keepers in your team. I just would never do that. I'm going to make my transfers. I think I'm making my transfers, guys. I think I'm going to do it. What are the Sunderland? Before I do, what are the Sunderland fixtures like? Oh, they ain't bad, you know. They ain't bad, but then they got those 2 wrong uns in there. I don't know, Arlian, mate. I don't know. Let's have a look what Solio says for you. Have a look at the next 6 weeks. See if that helps you. Personally, I wouldn't want to go any cheaper than Thiago for a forward, really. Mane is the only other one. Or you could go Krupi Jr., actually. You could just get Krupi Jr. He's probably going to get minutes now, especially considering what's happening at Bournemouth. Saka to Rice to free up cash. No. I don't see the point. So that'd be my team if I do that. How about DCL? I can't do DCL. Yeah, that's fine, but, you know, I'm buying Palmer, you know? You're telling me that Palmer couldn't return against those teams? I'm not even saying it's locked in. It's 3 weeks' time. I mean, West Ham at home, Wolves away, Leeds at home, Burnley away. You're telling me he's not? Yeah, I mean, I agree on Krupi Jr. I think he could be an option. Tielemans or Tavernier? I can't get excited about Tielemans, I'll be honest with you. I think I prefer Tavernier. The only question you have is, how much do Bournemouth regress with no Kluivert, no Semenyo? How much do they actually regress, you know? Yeah, I think so, Camille. Yeah, I think you do that. What do we think about that then? So we've done Raya to Sanchez, Ekitike to... Sorry, Cherky to Rice, and then we're still deciding on what to do with Ekitike. Yeah, I'm starting Sanchez, mate. I'm starting Sanchez. Chow or Tarkovsky long term? Chow, for me. Or you could get Dewsbury Hall, indeed. There's a lot of options there. Surely Bournemouth will get players in. Yeah, they'll get one. They'll spend the Semenyo money on someone, but, you know, that still means Kluivert's out. Is Bruno back this week? We don't know, mate. We don't know. Should we have a look at some team news? Before I make these moves, I'm just gonna read some team news. We're going to look at Ben Dinnery's Twitter account because that has the most like comprehensive stuff. Right. Sorry, 2 seconds. Ruben Diaz is out for 6 weeks. I've just had on my Twitter feed. Right, 2 seconds. Where's Ben Dinnery when you need him? Ben Dinnery, there he is. Okay. Here we go then. So here we go. Cucurella Sanchez could return on Wednesday night while Moises Caicedo is available after his ban. We are training in a few hours and they will all be taking part in the session. We have a better idea on availability, but at this point, nobody is ruled out. So for me, with Sanchez, I think even if he misses the Fulham game, I've got Dubravka against Man United at home, and I honestly don't think Man United at home is going to be terrible for Dubravka. So I'm kind of locked in on the Sanchez move. I also think Fofana could be back, and obviously Caicedo as well, and Cucurella. So yeah. A knee injury for Kluivert. Iraola says there's a big chance that the game against Spurs will be Semenyo's last for the club, or he admits there's no agreement in place. Nico Gonzalez is fine. John Stone's struggling by the looks of it. Ruben Diaz hamstring 6 weeks. Ekitike Guardiola out for a long time. So Reynaldo's back for Sunderland. Isidor's got a small injury. Ballard should be okay. Well, he is okay. Odobert looks to be okay. Xavi Simons is back. So Kudus looks like he's out for people that have Kudus. Solanke might be back soon. So speaking of bloody strikers, if Thiago doesn't do the business, Solanke could be back. Not getting too carried away about Solanke though. Obviously Rossinia's taken over at Chelsea. Guardiola's broken a bone in his leg. So a couple of new signings for West Ham that'd be straight in the team. So I guess looking at Newcastle, it does look like Anthony Gordon's minutes are going to be good. I think everyone cares about Leeds. So it's expected that Rodon's going to miss one more week and then be back. So that's good. I got Rodon. Sean Dyche on Hudson-Odoi. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. I don't really care about that. Obviously, Amarim's been sacked. That's the summary of the news that we've got. So I think my transfers... Any you know when two people are getting married and you're like, speak now or forever hold your peace. What do you reckon? Raya for Sanchez, Cherky for Rice. I think those moves they're pretty good moves. I wanted to do them for a long time. I've been thinking about it for weeks, actually, getting Rice in, but I've been thinking about these moves for a long time. Sanchez has been the gut feel keeper for me to get in. I wanted to own Rice. I quite like Cherky too, but I've owned him for a few weeks. I never wanted him. I'm not selling Rice, I'm bringing him in. But I knew it would only be a short-term thing. And Rice, I think Rice has got very good potential with DEFCON. He could get an assist in goals against anyone, really. Yeah, people saying hold, but I think this is good moves. Why would you prefer Roofs to Sanchez? What makes you think Roofs is better than Sanchez? Imagine Rice doesn't play. Of course he'd play against City, Liverpool. Clean sheet odds. Let's have a look. What's going on? Oh no, a broken Solio. Oh no. No. I've broken it. Oh, ladies and gents, I've broken Solio. Please be fixed. There we go. Oh, what's going on here? Where's the clean sheet odds to then? Teams. Well, here's a ranking, so let's have a quick look. We can look at XGC. Premier League XGC. So this is going to be my Sanchez versus Ruth's decision, basically. Premier League XGC. You ready? Laura, good to see you. I'm really struggling with this chat today. There's so many messages going off. I'm struggling. So expected goals against then. Chelsea and Sunderland are basically exactly the same. 30. So that's something, isn't it? I just think the fixtures for Chelsea are amazing, aren't they, coming up? So I think that's one thing. Let's have a look at the Rob T data. Let's go back to my team. Where's my team? There's my team. Let's go back to the Rob T data and have a look at, compare the clean sheet odds to FPL. Hopefully he's done them. There we go. So Chelsea are the second best team for clean sheet odds over the next 6 game weeks. And Sunderland are down in 12th. They do have a good fixture in Gameweek 24, but Chelsea's clean sheet odds are almost just as good. So I think, to me, that suggests a Sanchez transfer. He gets bonus points. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair on the new... That was a worry for me as well on the new keeper. Let's have a look at Roos then. Let's have a quick look. I'm not ruling him out. My gut is kind of set on Sanchez though, but let's have a look at Roos. Saves. 3.5 saves per 90. 9 bonus points this season. Ooh, Sanchez. So 3.5, 9 bonus points. Sanchez 2.4, 4 bonus points. No, it's got to be... I've got to go Sanchez. I've got to go Sanchez, mate. My gut for the last week has told me to buy Sanchez. Raya, out for Sanchez. Cherky, out for Rice. We're going to do it. Tom, help me start 3 out of Senesi, Szoboszlai, Anderson, or Alderete, Anderson, Senesi. Yeah, Shalaba would be my favourite Chelsea defender. Good to see you too, Arav. Not much between them, I'd agree. How about Odegaard? Not an option for me. Doesn't do enough. Cherky to Enzo is interesting. Chelsea are in disarray. Not sure. I think they'll be alright. Thought Chelsea looked good against Man City, to be honest. Yeah, I'd buy Gabriel this week. I don't like a 1 up top. If you need Palmer and Enzo, you'll be locked out. Yeah, I don't think I want both of them, to be honest. I've done it. I've done it. I think at that point as well, I might consider... I think if that happens to me, I can get rid of Goo as well. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We've done it. We've done the moves. We have done the moves. I'm just going to update the little ticker on the bottom of my screen, actually. Just going to update the ticker. Bear with. Let me know your current rank. I bought Rice and Sanchez. Hello W moves. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if those are L or W moves. I think they're W moves. They should be W moves. Well, I'm not relaxed. I'm not relaxed because I've still got Ekitike to decide on. Why isn't anyone talking about... I'm definitely talking about Pickford. In every single video I've spoken about Pickford. Every single video I've literally said Pickford's an option, but he's too expensive for me. He doesn't allow me to get the players in my team that I want. No, Akash, I would not take a hit for that. I did see the extra quotes, mate. The extra quotes being that it was a little bit more than Dom's, so they couldn't risk him. Is that the extra quotes you're talking about? Because in that case, yes, I did see them. Recommend replacements for Guardiola. Chow, if you've not got him already. Gabriel, another Arsenal defender. Shalabar, that's where I'd probably go. We had the Rob T clean sheet odds here. Chelsea are really high for clean sheet odds, so I'd look at them. O'Reilly's going to be pretty good. You could go for Tarkovsky. You could also go for an Arsenal defender. You could go for Shalabar as well. Yeah. We've got Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen. We've bought Sanchez. And he's flagged. Unbelievable. I've just bought a flagged player, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, an FPL YouTuber who just bought a player that's flagged. And then I need to decide what to do with Ekitike as well. I think I've got 3 moves. I think I might sell him for Thiago. Excuse me. I could sell him for Thiago and just roll next week, couldn't I? Start 1, Hincapié or Wirtz for me. Is Hall going to play? Let's have a look at predicted lineups. Let's have a look at some predicted lineups, shall we? These might be a little bit hot and cold because of the news. Okay, there's no predicted lineups from Jump the Wave. We'll try Meerkat. See if he's got one. Yep, he's done it. Okay. The Arsenal predicted team. The Villa predicted team. The Bournemouth predicted team. Cliver, I think that'll be Krupi Jr. now. Brentford predicted team. Brighton predicted team. Burnley. Chelsea. Sanchez back, baby. That's what we like to see. If I'm not, is Meerkat a Chelsea fan as well? I'm not 100% sure. But Rossini is going to be in charge, isn't he? I think that'll be the Chelsea team. Palace. It's pretty predictable, really. Everton. Be interested to see if when Richards is back. He's probably back for 22, isn't he? Everton team. Fulham team. Leeds. Liverpool. Oh, Ekitike. Take a guess that he starts due to the magnitude of the game. Fair enough. City. Cherky's obviously going to play. That makes sense. Defence is going to be interesting. I'd probably veer away from the City defence now with the players they have. United team, that probably makes sense. I think they'll probably do a 4-2-3-1, something like that. I agree. Newcastle team, Hall is in it. So someone's predicting Hall to play. I don't really have a feeling of it, but it looks like he'll play. I think Barnes will play, to be fair. Forest. Yeah, feels about right. Spurs, getting through them. Sunderland. I can't really say Sunderland with my Invisalign in. West Ham. Wolves. There we are. Did he have Thiago playing for Brentford? I'm pretty sure he did, didn't he? Yeah. Also, I'm just going to do a like-for-like comparison. So, Ekitike, what are his XGIs per 90? Let's have a look. Minte to Enzo, I don't hate. I do not hate that. 0.55 for Ekitike. What's Thiago looking like? 0.55. Ekitike. Thiago. 0.6. 0.63. About the same then if you get rid of penalties. Well, probably Ekitike is a little bit better. Is it mad though? I have a feeling that like Brentford are better than Liverpool at the moment. There's something else that's going through my head. We'll do some team reviews now if people want to do that. I've done my initial transfers anyway. My initial transfers are done. Should we do some team reviews? So, I'm going to post a link in the chat. The way we do team reviews on the channel now, they're still free, but you have to help me out with something. I'm trying to grow the FPL Cartel with my good friend FPL Tom. And we're doing reviews in the FPL Cartel. So if you join the FPL Cartel, which I've just put in the chat, and there'll be a pinned message, we're doing a 2-week free trial, so you can use your free trial. And in the Cartel Discord, there is a section where you can get your team reviewed. The GGFF stream section where you can get your team reviewed. So we're going to have a look at a couple of teams. So this is Arlian. Roll the transfer or sell Esteve for Alderete. I'd be tempted to roll or sell Ekitike for Thiago. That would be the couple of moves I'm thinking, to be honest with you. And then maybe even get rid of Raya as well. You could do Raya to Sanchez, Ekitike to Thiago. That's another couple of moves you could do. Jake, so you're thinking Bruno in for Foden, Gameweek 24. Roll all the other transfers. Cheap bench. He's wildcard, I think, hasn't he? Good team, that. He's picked Sanchez. We love it. Another Sanchez owner. Krupi and Mane. It's not bad at all, mate. I'd consider starting Mukiele over Timber. Anyway, it's just a thought. Blix. What's this saying? Final team. Free transfer used. Ekitike to Thiago. He's done Ekitike to Thiago then. Yeah, all makes sense. I would consider starting I put Anderson ahead of O'Reilly on the bench, I think. Oh, instead of Miley on the bench, sorry. Half a mind to get Miley in. Yeah. I'd start Raul Jimenez, mate. I think he's going to start up front for Fulham and he's their penalty taker. Probably start him. Even though I've got the opponent in goal, I would start him, I think. Does it automatically take you out? What does that mean? It doesn't. It's a free trial, mate. You know how free trials work. Works like any other free trial. Bruno Fernandes, we don't know, Hamza. We don't know, mate. I'm afraid we do not know. By the way, if you haven't already, please do leave a like rating on the stream. We got 220 people watching at the moment, and yeah, we really appreciate it if you could like the stream. Just going to change the title because we're doing some team reviews now. Any news on Ekitike? Nothing new. The Liverpool press conference is after the FPL deadline, I think. I think he's getting interviewed at 7 p.m. The news was that he missed the last game because they thought it was DOMS, right? Which is delayed onset muscle soreness that you get from training in the gym. But they did a scan on him and it turned out to be more than just DOMS. He had a little bit of a hamstring niggle. So, yeah. There's a little bit more than just DOMS, so that makes me think hamstrings. I don't like picking players with hamstring niggles, so it could potentially mean I do Ekitike to Thiago, to be honest with you. I won't lie to you. It could mean Ekitike to Thiago. Who is Dom and what did he do to Hugo? What's that? Thoughts? Wilson for Tavernier? Yeah. Amorim said Bruno would be available off the bench. He didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. Would you start Voltemada or Krupi Jr.? I'd probably start Krupi Jr., mate. I'm really unsure about Voltemada. Actually, am I? I think he probably plays against Leeds, to be honest with you. It's a tough one. Could start both. Who else is in your team? Which one to bench? Chalobah, O'Reilly or Garner? Whoa, gut feels Garner of that lot, really. I got Ekitike and Paquetá and got one transfer. What should I do? I look at Ekitike to Thiago. I'm pretty sure that Lucas Paquetá was pictured in training. You were looking to buy Ekitike. I wouldn't buy Ekitike, mate. I'm looking to sell him. Well, that doesn't mean... Yeah, so Arlian, saying he hopes they'll be back on the bench does not mean that they're going to be back on the bench, does he? You said before, Amorim said Bruno would be available off the bench, but actually what he said is he hopes he'll be available. Well, I hope he's available too, but it doesn't mean he will be. You've got to be careful with your words, mate. Are you sticking with Haaland for captain? Yeah. Really fancy Krupi to start against Tottenham. I agree. I think he will. Are you sticking... Yeah, we've already answered that. Should I keep Minte for the dodgy City defence? Yeah. I think City are going to be conceding goals. Ekitike, no. I'm literally 50-50 about whether I should do it for free. So, well, I'd say I'm 60% that I should do it, I should say. Sanchez doesn't start. I think he does. If he doesn't, it's fine. Jamie, has my team appeared in the Discord? Let's have a look. Is that you, mate? Only unsure on whether it's the right choice to bench Hall. I do have 4 free transfers. Bloody hell, yeah, the team does look good. I think you give Semenyo one more game. I don't see a problem. I would probably start Hall over O'Reilly, you know. I would probably start Hall over O'Reilly. That's my gut feel. What a team, though. What a great team. And you haven't played your wild card yet, either. And you got 4 transfers. What a position. Very jealous. Very jealous. You're in a good spot here. Semenyo to Enzo could be a good move for you. Ooh, Polo Goose as well. Thank you for joining. Good team. Got no comments on that. Good team. And the fact that you can afford Ekitike, to bench Ekitike, I'm very jealous. The longer you wait, the less value. I don't know, mate. I don't really have any thoughts yet. I think we get through this week and then we think about chip strategy. I will do a chip strategy video at some point. I feel like it's not an international break, but the FA Cup kind of is in terms of FPL content. So it gives us a bit more time to do some research into fixtures and stuff and when we should play our chips. So I'll have a think. How do you join your Discord? It's in the pinned message in the chat. I'll do it here as well. Click that link. Sign up. Tom, would you start DCL or Verts? I'd probably play DCL. Is Calvert-Lewin on penalties? He's not, is he? No, I'd still start DCL. I think. But then again, you could probably start both. Dubravka or Roos? I think I'd probably play Roos. Welbeck to Thiago? I don't hate it. I think the Leeds penalty, if I'm not mistaken, is Nemecha. I did all my transfer, fair enough. Anderson or Ekitike? Ooh. You know what? I'd probably start Ekitike because he either plays or he doesn't feature at all. So if you can afford to do that, I probably would. Who to bench? Cherky or Wilson? Definitely Wilson. I think Cherky is not bad at all this week. I've gone for Rice, though, because I want Rice in my team. No, Plebas, we're just doing them in the Cartel now. We've changed the way we're doing it. They're still free, but we're doing it through the Cartel Discord, if that's okay. Start Lacroix or Van Heck? I will consult the clean sheet odds. Brighton clean sheet odds, 9%. Crystal Palace clean sheet odds, 24%. I think that should decide it for you. James to Tiao this week. I would keep Reece James. Anderson, 4 points head start. All right, then, pick Anderson. I told you my thoughts. I have Alisson, Van Dijk, Timber, Gabriel, Saka and Ekitike. I don't see anything wrong with your team. Maybe Ekitike to Thiago. It's not a terrible team. Anderson versus Chow. Definitely Chow. We don't know Edward Young. Obviously, John made a big error in Gameweek 20, so potentially. Salam. I don't know what that means, but it's good to see Virat Kohli. The actual Virat Kohli. Plevas, I've already said no. We're doing them in the Cartel, mate. There's a link in the chat. I'm going to put another one in. Check out the Cartel. That's it for now. I can see Ekitike goal and Thiago blank coming already. Yep. We will do the ID team reviews if you're a member though, because Nicholas has asked for one. 738401. 738401. I have no idea what your message says though, I'm afraid. You're going to have to repeat your message. There's too many typos in that for me to make sense of it, really. Oh, sorry. I think I get it. Semenyo, Frimpong, Minte to Enzo, Bruno G and Coyote or Collins. Yeah, I like it. I do like it. That's not bad at all. 3747. We're just doing members, guys. Ooh. Sorry, don't just put your IDs in the chat. We got any mods in here? Maybe we need to get a new set of mods. Get some new mods in. 3747. I've just put this in, haven't I? So this fellow played his wild card. Yeah, good team. If you played your wild card, making a transfer this week sounds a bit crazy, to be honest. So I think that makes sense. Yeah, I like that team a lot. I like it. Someone was asking to see my team. Here it is. We've made 2 moves. Whether they're right or wrong remains to be seen. But I've done Raya to Sanchez and I've done Cherky to Rice. Those are my transfers this week. Sanchez or Kelleher to start. Probably Sanchez, really. Here's the clean sheet odds, though, if you're interested. Brentford 37%. Chelsea 28. Do you really think Brentford got 37% chance to keep a clean sheet? If you do, then do it. I'm just a little bit torn between Ekitike and Thiago. Whether I should sell Ekitike or Thiago. For Thiago, sorry. Play Dubravka or Verbruggen. Dubravka for me. You don't need to buy a new keeper. Would you do Hincapié, Minte and Ekitike to Chow, Rice, Bruno G and Mane? Because I wanted Declan Rice, mate. That's why I sold Cherky. Would you do Hincapié? No, I wouldn't take a hit for that. I'd do whatever you can to not take a hit. Speaking of mods, one shows up. Cortex. Good to see you, my friend. What are your plans for Bruno and Palmer in? I think Cunha Foden make way, really. That's if I want to buy Palmer, really. But I think Cunha and Foden make way. Yeah, I think it makes sense to do that. I'm also hoping that whoever takes like interim charge of Man United or whatever happens with their managerial situation, that Bruno plays as the number 10. I think that hopefully improves him in FPL. Thank you everyone that's joined, by the way. We've got a little bot in here now as well. The FPL bot is giving us updates, which is cool. Tom's just introduced that. What a friggin' legend. Ooh, we'll go back to the Discord. Is Saka worth it? In what way? No one's been naughty. We just had people spamming their IDs when I was doing the members teams. Grealish or Anderson to start? I think you got to play Grealish, haven't you? Against Wolves, got to play him. No Palmer. Mate, I said that's how I do it. I think I'm going to get him in. Bruno G in your team? No. He's not in my team. Whether I should or not, maybe I should, but he's not in my team currently. Alisson or Dubravka? I'd probably pick Dubravka. Here's the clean sheet odds. Liverpool have a 15% chance for clean sheet. Burnley have a 16%. But I don't know about you. I just feel like Dubravka, he could. I put Dubravka's odds of a clean sheet personally above 16%. I think I put them about 25, really. I don't really like Grealish. Grealish has never been an FPL asset. He's not someone that scores enough goals to be worth it in FPL. But he's a very good player. And I think with Wolves, you struggle to sell him this week. I wouldn't buy him, but I wouldn't sell him. Yeah, snow could be a factor. That is true. You're right. There is a lot of snow. I think Premier League games being cancelled for snow will be a rarity, but it's not just like the playing surface that you need to be worried about. It's all around the grounds and fan safety as well. I think they take that into account when they make the big decisions. Sorry guys, I'm just checking a couple of things out on my phone. No news as of yet, I don't think. No. Bruno Fernandes will be the key. That's if he plays, mate. I brought in Kelleher and Gabriel for Riot and O'Reilly. Fair enough. I brought in... Bloody hell. Well, I hope, Cortex, I hope you're all good, mate. That's pretty gnarly. I hope you're all good. And it gets repaired if you need it to be repaired. I did Raya to Sanchez and, to respond to your other point, Raya to Sanchez, Cherky to Rice. We'll find out soon enough if that was the right move. Would you do Minte to Enzo? Can't think of anyone better. Yeah. I think that's a good move. Would you recommend any defenders long term? Gabriel. Chow's pretty good as well. And maybe Shalabar as well. I mean, we had the Rob T odds. Have a look. A clean sheet odds a second. Where is he? There he is. Your Rob T. That's the projected goals clean sheet odds for the next 5 weeks. Or 6 weeks, actually, you get on this view. It'll be repaired shortly. That's right then. Did Ekitike to Thiago to get Bruno for Sharda? Yeah, I like it. On wildcard this week, there's no world in which I'd pick Harvey Barnes in my FPL team. But I think there'd be a combination of the two, to be honest. Rather than Barnes, I think I'd have Enzo Fernandez, to be honest. Who do I start? Who do I bench between O'Reilly and Wilson? I'll be honest with you, probably start Wilson. Oh no, I'd start O'Reilly. Why not? Charlie G, I'm starting Sanchez. What else was there? Reinders or Raul? I would probably start Raul Jimenez. I just think Reinders' minutes are so uncertain. Even though you've got Sanchez, I would start both Sanchez and Raul Jimenez, I think. I would either need to sell Saka for Palmer or buy 6 million forwards for both to stay in Gameweek 24. Palmer, Rice, Thiago, mate. Definitely. There's not a lot of difference between Rice and Saka in terms of points. The only reason I've got Saka is because I don't see a reason to get rid of him. I don't think I'd be buying him. So I think he's a reason to get rid of him because I don't have the same situation as you. Yeah, Ashley Barnes is there, definitely. Bruno G. Yeah, but if you're wildcarding, you can't pick a player for 1 week. That's not how it works. What about Kelleher in goal? Yeah, decent enough. How many clean sheets have Brentford actually kept this season? How many clean sheets do they actually have? Is it 4? They even kept 4? 4 clean sheets. 1 in 5 games. Not enough for me. Not enough for me. It says 4 for Kelleher. We just looked. What type of clothes do you need for minus 15 every day? Wow, what do you think? Gloves, hat, coat, double layers, under layers for your legs, thick socks, boots. Come on, mate. Hello, I have captain on Garner. You're mad, mate. You must be trolling. Send you a video on Instagram. Oh. Brother. That's a lot of damage. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope it all gets fixed soon, mate. I'm guessing that's like in your common area or the corridor. Yeah, I hope that gets fixed soon, mate. That's pretty gnarly. Sending your team in. We will be there, Ben. Thank you for, by the way, I don't care about sharing this on YouTube. Thank you for putting me in touch with that accountant. We've got a call tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Pull in the GGFF stream, mate. We'll have a look. Or is it in team review? This guy's joined. I don't know if it's from me or Tom. Good team, that. Don't need to make any changes. I would start Krupi over Wilson, though, if that was me. We'll have a look, mate. We'll have a look at Ben's team. I'd consider starting Alderete over... Oh, no, you got to start Anderson, really, I think. Ooh. I would consider starting Alderete over Anderson. Other than that, though, the rest of the team it's lovely. Lovely. Casual Cow got 1, mate. Vandenberg doesn't play. Well, hasn't been. We had an update from Keith Andrews. We did have an update. I'm just looking. It's Vandenberg, isn't it? Oh, it looks like people are questioning whether he's lost his place due to injury or just falling out of favour. So I spent a bit of time on that. Good luck, Cortex. Forgot it's AFCON. Algeria got a good team though, mate. But so do Congo. Congo are not bad either. No one seems to be interested in the score predictions, mate. So, yeah. No one seems to be interested in them, really. You think the Arsenal game is 50-50? We'll see. That'd be quite nice if it's called off. And I've well, actually, will it? Because I've got 2 Arsenal players. No, it wouldn't. That'd be crap, actually, because I bought Declan Rice. Ivory Coast will win the AFCON. I still think Senegal will win it. Chalobah is better than Chow. No, I think they're about the same, really. Collins is decent, yeah. But honestly, Chalobah and Chow, I don't think there is a massive difference between the two. What happens with games if they called off? They just get rearranged, mate. I don't think there's any rumours. It's just weather. It's just the weather forecast. Where's the game happening? The Emirates. Let's have a look at Islington then. I'm pretty sure the Arsenal Stadium is in Islington, isn't it? I've been there. I'm pretty sure it is. Am I wrong? Yeah, pretty close to Islington. So we're going to look at an Islington weather forecast. Oh, this might change my transfer. Oh, hello. No, it says it's going to get up to 6 degrees and rain. Just says rain, mate, rather than snow. That's what it's saying. Yeah, light snow stopped. Of course it has. Would there be a double game week? Maybe. Is benching Gahey over Chalobah reasonable? There probably would be a double game week, actually. Benching Gahey over Chalobah. What does that mean? Who are you starting out of those two? I would probably start them both if I could, really. I would start Mukiele, Cortex. I'm in London. Yeah, got there. Ooh, would you pick a Bristol City player? No. No, I don't think I'd have a single Bristol City player in my team unless there was a 4 million goalkeeper or a 4.5 million defender. I wouldn't touch us, to be honest with you. Sell Lacroix. Where does it say that? If so, for who? No, I'd probably keep him. Chow is probably the one, or maybe Shalabar. Dorgu, O'Reilly, West Ham v Nottingham Forest will 100% be a draw. Dorgu, O'Reilly, Chow, Timber, Virgil, bench 2. Virgil, I bench him. Pick one of the other 4 yourself. Bad news for Liverpool supporters. What do you mean? Oh, in terms of getting there, it might be difficult to get there, but they won't call the game off, I don't think. We'll see on Semenyo, his haul for the final game, I think. Does he play within himself? Don't know. To start Bowen over Gordon, yes or no? I'd start them both, I think, if I had them both this week. Would you play Semenyo this week or move out for Cherky? Well, I sold Cherky this week. I just play Semenyo. He's got 1 more week left. I have Anderson starting at the moment. Yeah, fair. Do you think Semenyo will be a 90-minute asset at City? Absolutely not. Currently got Tarkovsky, Chow, and Gabriel. Would you change any of them? No. Mr. Feather, there's no right answer. You're right, mate. It's just my opinion. Well, Paquetá was pictured in training, as I understand it, Casual Cow. Good afternoon, Lee. Should I start Welbeck? I don't know who else you have, mate. I don't have enough information to answer that question. I think I would bench Wilson of that lot, Plebas. Is that Lyle Foster from Burnley? He's a very good player. He's at AFCON, might be coming back now. He's South African, isn't he? Did they get knocked out? I wouldn't buy a Burnley player in FPL though. Selling Cherky over Foden, who has got defensive contribution twice, is horrendous. Okay. Fine. Currently got Tarkovsky, Chow, and Gabriel. Would you change any of them? No, I think I've already answered that as well. Why? They're literally 3 of the best defenders in the game. Opinion on Welbeck. One for you, Szoboszlai out for Cherky. I think I'd rather buy Enzo Fernandez or Declan Rice. I just think long-term Cherky's minutes are going to be so uncertain. Tavernier is definitely a good shout. I would agree. Which 2 to bench? Senesi, Mukiele or Wirtz? Probably play Mukiele. Yeah, the best Burnley player is Dubravka. Start Igor or Wirtz? Igor. West Ham concede a lot of goals to centre forwards. They've got 2 absolutely hopeless centre backs. Foden will score against Man United. There you go. Yeah, that's what I thought, Isaac. I'm doing Minte to Enzo. Yeah, I like it. Makes good sense, that transfer. When is the best date to wildcard? I don't know really, mate. It all depends on your team. I don't think there is a strong time, really. I really don't. I'm not married to a chip strategy yet. Is Anderson for West Ham on the bench okay? Oh, I don't know who else you have. You can't ask me these. Well, you can ask me whatever you like, but I can't answer a question that doesn't have, I don't know what your team looks like. So you have to ask me a question like you don't know I don't know what your team is, right? I don't know is my answer to that question. You haven't given me enough information to answer that. Would you start O'Reilly, Raul, Wilson, Mukiele, Paquetá? Start 3. Oh, Raul Jimenez, because he takes penalties. Yeah, put your team in the Discord. Sign up to the Discord. I'll put it in the chat. Link in the chat. Sign up to the Cartel. Use the 2-week free trial. Put your team in the GGFF stream chat, and we'll look at your team. Frimpong, I would not pick Frimpong. Yeah, we'll do a chip strategy video. Is Gahey a keep? I actually think he could be. Yeah, why not? If he goes to one of those teams, I think he starts every week. And I think they become probably more likely to keep clean sheets than Palace are, to be honest. Yeah, Gahey's looking like he's going to Man City, I think. Which is quite funny for Liverpool. I think Liverpool should do all they can to get him now, seeing that news. Chip strategy. Free. The only thing with Gahey, if he does go to City, is that City, for some reason, they have not gotten on the set piece trend. And Gahey's points, a lot of them have come from attacking returns from set play. So he's got how many attacking returns now? Is it 7? 7 or 8 in the league? 6. 2 goals, 4 assists. All of that has come from set pieces. It's just something I do, Francesco. I usually stream until the big accounts start. I find like it's a good time to stream before they do, basically. That's what I do. Keeps people, I like to entertain beforehand. Or, we catch people from other time zones and stuff. There are some people that can't do a normal deadline stream because of time zones, so we kind of capture them a little bit as well. I hope I am, mate. I appreciate that, Francesco. Please advise having Gabriel and O'Reilly select 2 from Rogers, Timber and Sonesi. I'd have Rogers and Timber, I think. Is the Kelleher? Yeah, sure. Is Hayden Heaven? Yeah, pretty decent. You could do worse, definitely. Enzo or Bruno G? Oh, that's a really tough question. What do you think, chat? Out of a choice between Enzo and Bruno Guimaraes, or Guimaraes, I don't know how to say it. The opening act, there you go. I don't care, it could be called the opening act. Yeah, I'd leave that up to the chat. I'll see what the chat thinks. I'm pretty 50-50 on Enzo versus Bruno G. I think Bruno G is probably a slightly better asset, but Enzo has the fixtures, so I don't know. It's pretty close. Bench O'Reilly or Hall? I would definitely bench O'Reilly. Yeah, flip a coin. I really do think that is coin flippy, I'll be honest with you. Very coin flippy, that. There's a new player in the game. Should we check out the new player? That's fun. Tati. Is he Tati? See, look, it's so new. I need to refresh FPL. Here he is. There's a new player, look. What's up with him? Let's have a look. Let's have a Google. YouTube, Google. For my antivirus, makes me use Yahoo search engine, which I absolutely despise. Oh, he looks good, doesn't he? Plays for Lazio. 2 goals in 11 games. That's the solution for West Ham. Come on, seriously? Sorry, my laptop box has fallen off. There we go. Not gonna lie, is a striker that scored 2 goals for Lazio the one. He will be good, really. Two goals is an improvement. Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? Oh, okay. He's a creator then, by the looks of it. More of a creative forward who does a lot of the dirty work. So he's very good for defensive work. Fair enough. Bit more of a defensive-y forward then. He might get DEFCON based on that, by the looks of it. One of the top 25% forwards in the world for tackles. Interesting. Bit like Xerxes, yeah. I guess that means what? Bowen can be more advanced, or he'll work well with Bowen. Maybe that's the thought. Anyway, we'll see. But there's a new player in the game anyway. That's cool. Best 4 to 5 million defender. Probably Collins, I'd say. Probably. Pablo. They signed Pablo as they got another forward, have they? I should be keeping up with this, really. Pablo, Gil Vicente. Pablo Felipe, FB ref. Let's see what numbers he's put up. Oh, he looks a bit more serious, doesn't he? Oh, no. We got to get rid of that. We can't show match footage. Okay, wow. He's pretty good, isn't he? Stats-wise, anyway. Pretty good. It's pretty good, that. 13 games, 10 goals. It's not bad at all. He could be pretty good. He could be pretty good. Start Mukiele. I'd actually start Mukiele, I think. Do I risk playing Paquetá? I think so, yeah. I think so. There might be a leak before as well. If you buy Pablo for Ekitike, I will donate money. What? How much do you reckon I need to be paid to do that? £50,000, maybe? No, I'm only joking. I'm not going to do that, though. I think they'd have to pay me a lot of money to make that transfer. Who's the best 4.5 to 5 million? I've already answered that. I literally have answered that, and you've put it in the chat about 5 times. If you put it in the chat again, I'm going to remove you, mate, because I've literally answered the question. Why do people do that? A lot of people do that. They put a question in the chat, and then I answer it, and they ask it again another 3 times. Gahey has to go. I don't know. Not a priority for me. He's not been great, though. Best midfield to buy for a long time to hold, except Saka, Foden, Enzo Fernandez, or Rice. Yeah, true. People are not watching live. Well, you got to watch the live stream live, haven't you? Minte to Enzo or Tavernier. I'd probably say Enzo. Mr. Beast challenge: take a minus 128 hit for 500k. Yes, I would happily take £500,000. We're selling Ekitike for Watkins and VVD for Hall. I'm not sure Watkins is the man for Ekitike. VVD for Hall I'd probably do. But Ekitike to Watkins, I'm not sure about. I'm getting Thiago, I think, if I'm selling Ekitike. Voltemader's an interesting one. Like, what sort of odds do you put on him starting? RJ, if you had a view, right, I'm going to help you make the transfer with your team. Send in the chat a percentage likelihood of Voltemada starting, and I'll tell you mine when you put yours in. Already own Thiago. You could drop him down to a minimum price forward like Krupi Jr. or Mane from Wolves, and then buy a midfielder. That's probably what I'd do. I think having a front 3 in FPL is a bit bleh. I'd probably say Voltemada's 75% to start for me. Will Ekitike play is the big question, mate. I don't know. Quite simply, I don't think anyone knows. It certainly wasn't just DOMS that kept him out of the last game. It wasn't just sore. He had a scan and it pointed out a small hamstring issue. Hardy Slot knows. He does. Someone should ask him. Wissa was good. There you go then. Can you check on our new player? There's another new player. Lee, I'm 50. Oh, I'm probably 60% that I'm going to remove Ekitike for Thiago. J-Lo, I think we already looked at your team, didn't we? Or was that someone else? Where is it, mate? Where's your team? Is that you? We already looked at that team, mate. And then we've looked at that team too. Not sure where your team is, mate. Have you put it in the other stream? No. Don't know then, mate. Would a 5-0 loss get... Yeah, I think so. I think he's on teetering, isn't he, old Arnie? It'll be like Amorim, though. I think you might be glad to be out of that job, to be honest. Yes, I would. I'd say Gabriel was pretty much essential in FPL at the moment. I'm going to do a video, actually, on essential players in FPL. There's Alisson. What do we know about him, then? What do we know about him? Let's go on FBref and have a look. Is this him? Is that him? Yeah, signed from Gremio. That is him. Interesting. 3 attacking returns in 31 games. Really? He does the really dirty work, though. I mean, the defensive stats are off the chain. Is that why Unai Emery's bought him? Because he's a defensive forward? Don't know. But that's our new player anyway. Could be good for DEFCON, I suppose, if he plays. He's not going to play, though, is he? He's a midfielder. Oh, that would explain it. Looks like he's insane defensively. By those numbers. Who's best long term? I'd probably have neither of them, you know. I'd have Xhaka. Or Garner, to be honest with you. Replacing Ekitike with Watkins for -4. Mate, I don't rate that. No, I don't do it full time, mate. I'm very happy to help you. If you give us a follow on Twitter or Instagram, send me a message. They'll be coming up in a second. There. I don't do this full time. I've been doing this for nearly 3 years now. I pretty much, honestly, and I'm not saying this to sound big-headed, I've been doing this with pretty much every spare hour of the day I've had for the last 2 years. Made over 1,000 videos, and I don't do this full time yet. So it's a real grind. But I absolutely love it. But you really do have to be willing to put in the work because it's such a congested niche. And the algorithms, it's nothing against them, but the algorithms are really dominated by the likes of Let's Talk FPL, FPL Harry, and Raptor. So to get yourself in there, it's quite tough. So you really do have to enjoy the process of making the videos, and you literally have to expect to make 1,000 basically before you get a return. That's based on my knowledge, mate. I think it took me over 300 videos to hit 1,000 subscribers, which is the point where you actually make money. There's over 300 videos in that I got there. But I'm very happy to help you. I tell you what, back in the day, I tried it last year. I wanted to go full entrepreneur last year, and I started a little YouTube coaching thing, but it never really took off, and I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest with you, but it's a helpful resource. It's a helpful resource. So here's a channel that I made teaching people how to make YouTube videos and be a YouTuber. That channel should help you. But I kind of ran out of content ideas. So this is what I did. Yeah, you've just got to do it as a hobby, mate. And the thing that I replaced it with, I'll tell you what also, there's a couple of things. I went through a lot of, and I'll just be open about it, I went through a lot of challenges in my life over the last few years, a lot of which I don't really talk about on YouTube because it's just not necessary. It involves other people that I'd respect to not get involved, but relationships, family bereavements and stuff like that. And basically, it's bought me a lot of time and I've spent, and I would say, I don't know, time and motivational energy, I would say, and I've just spent all of that. I spent all of that just pushing YouTube. So that's kind of what's fueled it, really. And it feels like now, honestly, I can't not do it. Like, I feel bad if I miss a video, if I miss a deadline stream, I miss a video, I feel absolutely terrible about it. Yeah, Mr. Tendaya, something I've considered. I also have a second channel about Bristol City, the football club that I support, because I live in Bristol. And it's really quite... I see what you mean about the UK. And as soon... And I'm not going to get into politics, but as soon as you start earning over £46,000 a year in the UK, and I work full-time alongside this, you pay 40% tax. And I don't think it's a political thing to say, but I don't think you get value for money in this country for your taxes at the moment. That's my personal opinion. I'm very lucky where I work a full-time job. I've booked this afternoon off work to do this stream. How can we have so much time to upload? Well, I do work. I work full-time alongside this as well. I do all my videos in the morning before I start work. I then go to work for the day, and I booked this afternoon off to do the live stream, and then I just spend my weekends doing this. This is the game, mate. But yeah, we pay 40% tax. And because I work and do this, I pay basically... I have a decent job. I'm working for 10 years. I've worked my way up. I've got a decent job. I pay 40% tax on all of the YouTube earnings. It's crazy, isn't it? I don't want to say what work I do, if that's all right. I try and keep the two separate. But yeah. I'll leave it there about my personal life, but there's a little bit of insight. And also, someone there calling me a natural. I am definitely not a natural. Definitely not a natural. I probably took over 100 YouTube videos to feel comfortable talking on camera. I was definitely not a natural. And for like, the first barrier you have to get over when you start a YouTube channel is the barrier of self-esteem, I'd call it, to put yourself on the internet. And that's the first hurdle. And then you've got to stay consistent with it. But yeah. Oh, mate, 100%. The goal is to be full-time with this. If I could do this full-time, mate, I'd do it immediately. I'm putting in place a plan to try and do it this year, but I really want to buy myself a house here in the UK as well. And I think in order to do that, it's become very hard to buy a house in this country. I would probably need to have my full-time job income and this money coming in to prove that I have enough earnings to pay a mortgage. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Gary Allen, in the FPL niche is an interesting one as well, because you could pick another niche like gaming or something, and you can make a video a week, and you can batch record as well. But with FPL, there is a change every day. So your videos, they literally last a day, and then you have to make another one. So that's the only thing about the FPL niche, is you can't really batch record. So yeah. If you've got any more questions, let me know, but I'll try and go back to FPL now. Good to see you, Paul. Someone asked me an FPL question that I ignored. I apologise. I was in the flow. Mane or Kroupy? I would probably say Kroupy, you know. Talk through football, I agree. So this is another thing in the UK as well. A lot of people that I know that have a home, and I'm not saying this is a negative because I'm a single guy, so I'm in a position where I can't do this, but they bought the place with their like partners, which I respect and appreciate. But personally, I would quite like to just own not saying I'm against partners or anything, but I just quite like to own a place that's mine to myself. So that's another reason for wanting to buy a property this year. Best FPL rank ever, I think probably be last season. I think I did 20, I can't remember what my rank was, 24k overall, I think. How do you handle work and YouTube together? I would be burnt out. Yeah, you would be. I've been burnt out. You just do it, mate. The way that you do it is you establish a routine and you just say no to loads of stuff. Like, people invite you out on the weekends and stuff. You kind of just got to say no to it, really. And yeah, we do have a podcast. We've got the FPL Cartel, which has become a weekly podcast. And I do a channel about Bristol City as well. Arlie, I think you would be you would be amazed if you really looked at what you spend your time on in a day. You'll be amazed how much time you can find. You'd be amazed how much time in a day that you waste. You'd be amazed. No, Paquetá's been in training, mate. Starting Mane for Ekitike. Fair enough. It's called the Robinson Nest. So I'll send a link to that as well if anyone's interested. I'll probably do a video a week on that. Because this has got to be the priority channel, really. But yeah. I'll share the Bristol City channel. Called the Robinson Nest. There's me talking about Bristol City, look. Are people actually interested in me talking about this, by the way? This is an FPL stream, so I'm sorry. You probably don't want me monologuing about my life. How much time a week? About 2 hours a video? Two hours a video, I'd say. Yeah, 2 hours per video. And then obviously I'll be live today for what? 3 or 4 hours? Bench Dorgu, O'Reilly or Elliot Anderson? Dorgu, O'Reilly or Elliot Anderson? Gut feel is O'Reilly there, actually. You have to, mate. Arlie and I, you know, I would say if you have hobbies you can't possibly cut out, then you're not cut for it. This is not for you. That's what I'd say. That's something. I think for me, in my life at the moment, the way that I would improve, like, I don't know, the way I maximize my output on the YouTube channel is not by doing more things, it's by doing less things so I can focus more on the YouTube channel. Start one, Krupi, Anderson, Ekitike. Gut feel I'd start Krupi out of that lot. I like that talk through football. First to Enzo, good move. Who would you play, Gabriel or Watkins? Play both. You got to play both. Someone else is on the bench there. World number 31. Well, Paquetá's been pictured in training, mate. Mr. Tendai, UK record. Yeah, that is happening. So I know, and he was in the chat earlier. I won't say who it is just to protect him. He can pipe up in the chat if he wants to. I've got a friend who started a very successful business in the last 12 months, got to a point where he was earning over 5 figures per month, so over like up around £10,000 per month basically. And in the UK, if you have a business that earns over £90,000 a year, which is good money, you have to pay VAT. And honestly, it makes sense just to leave the UK at that point, and that's what he did for himself financially. You know, he could have stayed in the country, employed people, but it is just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Replacement for Richards. I don't think I'd sell Richards because I think he'll be back next week. So if you sell Richards, he'll play next week. My favourite replacement, though, is probably a Newcastle defender or Collins from Brentford. But I would, if you can, I'd probably keep Richards. City haven't beat Brighton under Hurtzler, fair enough. Start Ekitike or Alderete. I'd consider Ekitike because he either starts or doesn't feature at all. But Alderete is going to be decent. I quite enjoyed talking about myself then, by the way. I know you guys probably didn't, but I don't really talk to many people about that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's quite nice. I just talked to people about their FPL transfers, so that was quite nice. Cheers for asking. Mike, what a legend. Thank you, mate. Would you play Elliot Anderson or Van der Ven this game week? I'd play Elliot Anderson. Bench Gabriel or Trufair? Gabriel or Watkins? I'd said both, mate. You got to start both. There's someone else in your team that could go. Richards is fit. Let's have a look. Let's have a look on Richards. Let's have a look. He could be fit. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? There we go. There's the new... Oh, say that. So Chris Richards will return as a substitute. So there you go. deal with Ekitike's injury. We don't have a latest update. I think the press conference from Liverpool is just after the deadline. Oh, sorry, Mike. Cheers, mate. Happy to be. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you joining as a member. Yeah, Ekitike's injury has got a slight hamstring issue. They thought it was just DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness that you get from lifting heavy weights in the gym. So they sent him for a scan, and it turned out to be a little bit more than that. And he had a little bit of a hamstring niggle, which left him out of Gameweek 20. Will he play in Gameweek 21? I don't know. That's the information that we've got. I think Ekitike either starts or doesn't feature at all, would be my opinion, really. It's Arsenal. I think if he's fit, he plays. It's too big of a game not to do that. Ekitike and Minte to Mane Palmer. No, I'd probably just get Enzo in for Minte, mate. Ekitike to Thiago -4. No. I'm still debating whether an Ekitike to Thiago for free is worth it. Should I sell Ekitike for Mane and keep the extra cash, or use it for a -4? I wouldn't do it. Just keep him. Would you start O'Reilly or Chalobah? I think I'd start them both. It depends who else is in your team, but it feels like to me I'd start both of them. Unless you've got a Newcastle defender, I think I'd start both of them. Who to bench out? Enzo, James, Garner, Cunha, Foden. Garner for me. So I have Gabriel, Timber, Ekitike. Do I go Gabriel and Timber, or Gabriel, Ekitike? Mike M, as a member, you get your team reviewed. So if you send me your FPL ID, I can have a look at your team, mate, and we can do it together. What Premier League team do you support? Man United, mate. Although I found it, my affinity to Man United has really, really shrunk in the last sort of 5 or 6 years, really. I just feel like everything I grew up loving about the club, which wasn't even winning games, is sort of eroded. And I've always also followed Bristol City, and I just feel like starting the Bristol City channel, I've got a season ticket, have done for the last 4 years. I just feel a much bigger affinity to Bristol City now, I must say. So yeah, that's my story. Ekitike sounds like he's going to be a great differential. Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. But I've got Anderson on the bench against Chelsea. I find it hard to think that that's worth it. Oh. So this is an Arnie Slot quote. It's always going to be a thin line and a difficult balance. If a player is not available on Sunday, is he then available in just 4 days' time? That was a funny face, wasn't it? Right. Yeah, exactly, Nixie. What have we got? Senesi to Tarko. Yeah. Thiago a hold for the season? I reckon so, mate. Number 31 World just did for Bruggen to Kelleher with bench boost running. Okay. Honestly, mate, I think we will rotate heavily in the FA Cup, and I don't really care about the result. I'm not even going to the game, mate. I don't care about the cup this season. Bristol City's one and only target should be getting promoted out of the Championship. And that's all I'm interested in. So I'm having a weekend off this weekend. I'm actually going to watch the new Timothée Chalamet film as well. So we're looking forward to that. So I'll be going to that instead. Hello, starting Ekitike, Miley or Anderson first sub? Starting Ekitike, Miley or Anderson first sub? Anderson for me. Whom should I start among Cash, Gravenberch, Calvert-Lewin, Van Heck? I don't know. You haven't told me how many, so I can't answer that. Wilson or Anderson? Anderson, I think. Just wildcarded. Roofs, Dubravka, Chow, Gabriel. I wouldn't have Grealish. I'd have Enzo instead of Grealish. Everything else is fine. I just don't rate Grealish. I'd have Enzo. Grealish feels very short term with one good fixture. I just have Enzo over Grealish. Mukiele or Collins? Personally, long term Mukiele this week, Collins. I have 0.0 in the bank with one free transfer. Should I swap? Dewsbury Hall. It depends. I don't have enough information there, really. Mike, I got you, bro. Oh, there's a plane circling above my flat. Sorry if you can hear a plane in the background. Excuse me. Yes. Oh, crap. I accidentally did that. 1, 3, 4, 8, 6, 1. We were optimizing. That's what we're doing. So I'm looking at this team and I'm thinking, this is probably how you line up, really. I would do that, actually. So I've got him. The only reason Sanchez's expected points are lower is because he's flagged. So I'd start him. And then you've got Ekitike versus everyone else. And I'm wondering, what would I do here? Does Ekitike come in for anyone here? Or is that the team? What do we think, chat? Would you put Ekitike in for anyone here? Or would you do Ekitike to Thiago and start Thiago over Lewis Potter or something like that? Actually, Lewis Potter's a really good shout. What does the chat think? Let's just say we've got team reviews. Oh, here we go. J-Lo. Sorry if you're still here. We did have the team come in. Apologies. This team is absolutely fine. I think you needed to get Bruno Fernandes back in when he's back. Palmer in potentially as well. You got the money for it. Yeah, that's it really. The rest of the team's fine. I just think maybe change your goalkeeper at some point as well. Lewis Potter. Not long term, no, because I think as soon as he's back from AFCON, Dango will play. But if you've got Lewis Potter for this week, I think you play him. But I think Dango's probably back next week, week after. Did he get knocked out of AFCON? Burkina Faso. They're playing today. So they've got the Ivory Coast in the AFCON today. They're probably going to lose, aren't they? Majd, I'd probably start Ekitike over Wilson. Abdu, I did the same. Well, I had a free choice of keepers, and I went for Rob Sanchez. That was my choice. Yes, Brisky, we're doing team reviews, but in the FPL Cartel. There's a link. Oh, no, that's my other YouTube channel. Bear with. It's in the pinned message. I'm going to put it in the chat again. If you want to join the cartel, get your team reviewed, you can. Got to join the cartel for a team review now, mate. We sort of changed the way we do it. We're doing a 2-week free trial, though, so they technically don't have to... you technically don't have to pay. I think Sanchez starts against Fulham. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that he trains and plays. I've got Dubravka on the bench, which is why I went for it, because... yeah, I still felt I'd have adequate coverage. I think I'd start Dubravka. I'm just going to put my heater on a second, guys, if that's all right. I'm getting very cold in my bedroom. Honestly, I cannot believe to tell you how cold it is in the UK today. I might even put a blanket on myself. Bear with. Oh, you did Lewis Potter to Chow. Okay. Well, we can do that. Let me know what transfers you made. It won't know your live transfers. It just knows your team as per the last deadline, because FPL doesn't update until the deadline. So it won't be able to know until the deadline. So if you tell me what transfers you made, we can update your team and make it like for like. I'm just... it's bloody freezing, guys. I'm putting a blanket on, alright? Let me off. It's cold. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's warm. We like that. We're in a blanket now, lads. Jacket, the coat's going to go on soon. Absolutely. I'm going to go coat and blanket. It is quite just sitting down, doing that. Well, I say doing nothing. It's not like I'm exercising. Bloody cold. Also, today, look at Haaland, by the way, against Wolves. 10.6 predicted points. That is outrageous. Outrageous. Quitting. Yeah, I made a wildcard video, mate. If you want to check that out on my channel. Want to check that out? Nothing in the Discord at the moment. Approved. Yeah, we go. Okay. So let's get Chow in for you. You sent a message but was skipped. Do you think I can read every message? There's nothing personal, mate. I can't possibly read every message that comes in the chat. I think this is the team you go with, to be honest, mate. I think this is the team you go with. It's just a question of, do you want double Arsenal defence or Ekitike, really? I think this is probably the team you go with. I'd put Ekitike first on bench. No score predictions. We can talk about them, though. A team's gone in the Discord, apparently. Is it in here? Is that you? Is that you, Prismatic? If you can, in the future, put it in GGFF stream, so I know it's for me. But I reckon that's you. One free transfer. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't do anything with this team. You don't need to do anything. I think Dalot coming in with Burnley away is lovely. I think Dalot will play as well. I think Dalot plays. It'd be first choice right back, I think. How is Dean Jones sick? I don't know. Who's Dean Jones? I don't know. I don't know who Dean Jones is. Should I? Oh, I'm much warmer in my blanket. The blanket's made a huge difference. I'm warm. It's great. Maybe I should wear blankets more often, eh? Talk about the games. Well, okay, let's talk about the games. Let's talk about the games. All right, let's get the fixtures up. Get the fixtures up. Okay. Here are the fixtures. There we go. West Ham, Nottingham Forest then. What are we reckoning on that? We could do some score predictions together. Do you want to take part? Do some score predictions together? West Ham Forest. 1-1. Let me know your predictions for the games. Essential midfielders. Declan Rice. Probably it. Good midfielders. Declan Rice, Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, Cunha, Foden, probably. A bonus magnet like Garner, Elliot Anderson, someone like that. And then maybe Bruno Fernandes when he's back. But yeah, I reckon... Chelsea be fine, mate. Chelsea have had so many managers, mate. I think they'll all be fine. Like, Palmer and Enzo Fernandez are amongst like some of the best players in world football, aren't they? Let's be honest. They're going to play. I think Sanchez will be fine as well. I got 1-1 West Ham Forest. 1-1. What do we reckon for Bournemouth Spurs? Score prediction for Bournemouth Spurs? I'm going to say 2-2. I'm going to say 2-2. You get a Bournemouth Spurs prediction in the chat? Would you put Saka in a wildcard draft? Depends on money problem, really. I reckon the best Arsenal triple up, when you think about the players you might want to have in your team in future weeks, is probably Gabriel, Timber, Rice. And then go Cole Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, all the other big hitters. Bournemouth win. Brentford, Sunderland. I reckon Brentford win that. I'm going to say 2-1 Brentford. Sunderland, I can't say Sunderland very well with my Invisalign in. Sunderland are not great away from home. That's what I would say. They are not great away from home. Should I do Saka to Palmer and Szoboszlai to Rice? Stop, mate. You're getting banned. Goodbye. Why do you think spamming that message in the chat 20 times is going to make me likely to answer your question? Dalot or Ekitike? Probably Dalot. Watkins and Rodgers? They're fine. Probably prefer Rodgers with the price point. You go to sell Saka for Palmer? Maybe. I have Minte. I would go Enzo Fernandez if you can afford him. I'd go Enzo Fernandez. Bro, what is with these spams? Go away. Igor Jesus starting. Yeah, I think he starts. Unique Kiwi. I'm not bad, mate. You can have, do you reckon new Man United manager is going to use Delict? Selling Saka this week? Yeah, I mean, I'm not selling him. Sorry, I got distracted from the score predictions. No one was taking part, so we'll move on. But 64 points. Wow. Bruno G and Chow, yeah. If you last week, imagine, right, last week, if you had Chow, Bruno Gomes, Declan Rice, and Thiago. Mental. I tell you what, those two moves make good sense, Federico. I like it. I'm still 50-50 on whether I do Ekitike to Thiago. Yeah, James from Planet FPL, he must have had them all. Crazy. Good for him. Good for him. He's fantastic. Can you check Discord? Of course. There we are. Would you do anything? One free transfer, 1.2 million in the bank. Yeah, I would. I think you got to use it. But it's on who do you use the transfer on? Here. You've only got 2 Arsenal players. How much you got in the bank? 1.2 million. I would consider... I don't know if you can afford Wilson to Rice. I would do one of Wilson or Szoboszlai to Rice. If this was my team, I would do one of Szoboszlai or Wilson to Rice, I think. What do you reckon, chat? That's probably what I would do. Ahead of Liverpool, though. Yeah, mate. Declan Rice, honestly, I feel like he can score points against absolutely anyone. Genuinely, he could do anything against anyone. He's that good. Call me mad, but I think he could do anything against anyone. Anything against anyone, mate. Bench Gahey or Mane? I'd probably bench Mane, really. Probably bench Mane. Sorry, just checking DMs a sec. No, nothing. Tavernier is, yeah, I agree on Tavernier. Nice one, Arkin Blom. Catching up with me. How much is the FPL Cartel per month? Well, we're doing a 2-week free trial, and it's £7.50 a month. So, up to you. But yeah, there's a 2-week free trial if you're interested. And you can obviously, part of the trial, you can cancel before you... what was I going to say? You can cancel before fully committing. That's how it works, isn't it? Yeah, I agree. Sob to Rice, I think I would do that. Would you do Sob to Rice if you can't afford Wilson to Rice? Yeah, sure. I think Wilson's fine. Wilson is in another category of midfielder, in my opinion. He should be grouped with Tavernier, Garner, Elliot Anderson, those types. You could also, to be fair, do Wilson to Enzo Fernandez as well. I don't hate that move. I think Rice and Enzo are your transfers soon, I would say. Ekitike is probably back for the Burnley game, though, is all I would say. Who would you bench out of Keane, Gabriel, Chalobah, O'Reilly? Ooh. Probably O'Reilly, you know. Probably O'Reilly. Crazy, that. I don't really care about price drops. The reason you keep Ekitike is because of that Burnley fixture. So price drops, there, don't care. It's you want him for that Burnley fixture, but for me, it's Ekitike versus Burnley, or him probably not playing this week and having Arsenal and just buying Thiago, and also saving myself cash. Mr. Katzman, I probably have both of them, mate. Do you play fantasy? I wish, mate. I'm so I don't have enough time. I would, but I don't have enough time. I can do the championship because I know the championship very well following Bristol City, but I can't. I just don't do the other two leagues. I can't play it, I'm afraid. Real life football's painful enough, yeah. Mate, fair enough, Wednesday. Is are they selling out Hillsborough still, or are people struggling to go to the games? You're right, but better games. I've forgotten what you're talking about. Oh, Chalobah. I'm with you, Tom. I bought Rice in. I think the guy... Yeah, I agree. Points against anyone, George. Points against anyone. 2 seconds, guys. Now in top 2,000, not really. Just keep doing what you're doing. My swim coach is actually a Sheffield Wednesday fan. Do you reckon it's worth it to transfer out Foden? No, don't get rid of him. You're top two. No, you're a different person. I wouldn't do it. Mukiele or Senesi? Mukiele. I'm also a Watford fan. Oh my God. I think you'll beat us, mate. You've got a very good team, and we are hopefully going to rotate because we want to get promoted this season. And I think you've probably got a bigger squad than we do. Would you bench Szoboszlai? Yeah, looking at that team, I think you made the right call. I think you made the right call. Two seconds, guys. Sorry about this. Just doing something off cam a minute. Hi, Alex. I hope you're all good, mate. Yeah. We had I think the result we got at Vicarage Road, I think we did quite well to get a draw out of you, to be honest, considering the goal that we actually scored being the worldy free kick as opposed to us actually creating the chance. Yeah. I'll take I don't really want a cut run this season. I don't think our squad can survive a cut run. The last cut run we had a good tie with Man City where we ran them close, and we had a good tie. We beat Man United. But it ruined our season because the squad were just dead. And, yeah. Mehmeti Prem ready? I don't think he's going to the Prem. He's a very decent player. I just think the thing that Mehmeti lacks is athleticism. I don't think he's quick or strong enough for the Prem. But he's a good player. Would you play Wirtz instead of any of these four? No. No, I would start those over Wirtz. Ooh. Just came back from work. I thought you might have done. Yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. I will show you how to send in teams reviews. So I've started a little Discord, I have. And you post your team in the Discord. You join the Discord using the link that I've just put in the chat. I'm Mukiele every time, Telescope Teddy. Szoboszlai to Ghana. No. I'd buy Enzo Fernandez, I think, if I was in that position. Yeah. Lacking physically is like athleticism. He definitely doesn't lack for pressing in energy and fitness, but he just doesn't have outright pace or strength. You think Ekitike will play? Oh, I don't know. I'm so tempted. I just want to buy Thiago, to be honest, mate. I'm sort of like 70% that buying Thiago for Ekitike is the right thing to do. Haha, I ain't paying £7 a month for advice of someone who's higher ranked for whatever, mate. You don't have to. Would you do Minte and Szoboszlai to Rice and Anderson? Just Minte to Anderson, or Minte and Ekitike to Palmer and Mane? You do Minte to Enzo Fernandez. Thing is with Bruno, right? We got Cunha, so we look at the fixtures. I think you buy him for Fulham, really, don't you? I think you probably buy him for Fulham. Not enough to cash. Ooh, okay. What were your options again? Can you do Minte and Ekitike to Enzo and Thiago? I'd look at that. Guts free, yeah. Is Bruno... We don't know, mate. Don't know. It's sort of... There's a presser. Is the Man United press conference before... Oh, I'm on the wrong Twitter account. Is the Man U press conference before the deadline? Let's have a look. If Bruno's back, we are... Whew, I'm probably keeping Ekitike if Bruno's back. Bendinery. Bruno. Nandes. No, not seeing anything on him. Captaincy shouts. There isn't really one this week, mate. I've got to be honest, there isn't one this week. I think you just go Haaland. Thoughts on rolling? Yeah, sure. I would always say if you're really unsure about a transfer, don't make it. So if you're looking at your team and you're not sure about a transfer, don't make it. Pretty simple, isn't it? Should I start Wilson? I'd start Dorgu, mate. He could be playing as the right winger. Would you bench Ekitike? Yeah, probably. Probably. If you're content with... Yeah, I probably would. You Captain Thiago. This is not the week, mate, to do it. You're going to close the stream. This is not the week to do it, mate. Not the week to go against Haaland. Interesting, James. Interesting position to be in. Interesting. Interesting. Bro, that is hair. We see, they got to check this out. Look at the Sunderland manager's hair. What? That's not real. That's not real. Yeah, he's trolling. Okay, I was like, what? There's no way that's his hair. That was funny. James. What do you want to know? Please, Tom. Please, what? What do you want to know? Please, what? You haven't asked me a question. Chris, my pleasure, mate. It's funny. Raya or Dubravka, who's hard to get clean sheet? There you go. There you go, mate. There you go. There you go. Are you thinking to sell Cunha after this game week? Yeah, maybe. It'd be Bruno Fernandes, to be honest, mate. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? I could afford Palmer, to be fair. Thing is, if I get rid of Ekitike and I buy Thiago, look at this. Get Thiago in. Palmer can come straight in. So that could be my move, I think. That's another. I think that's just all the more reason to all the more reason to sell Ekitike for Thiago, because it helps my long-term planning. I think I'm going to do Ekitike to Thiago, not because I think he'll score more points or anything like that. I just think it's the right thing to do for my team. I just think it's the right thing to do for my team. Who would you like to see Man United hire as a head coach? Honestly, it sounds mad, right? Sounds mad, but I think Man United could do a lot worse than getting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back. You might think I'm mad, but honestly, I think Solskjaer was hard done by as Man United manager. The more that the time has gone by, the more I think he actually probably did a decent job. And Man United screwed up when they got Ronaldo. I don't think Ronaldo was a benefit to the Man United team. I think his ego was too big, and he doesn't suit the Premier League as a striker. So that's my thoughts on Ronaldo. I also think they screwed him by not improving the midfield. So he had a front line of Sancho, who they forced to play on the right wing, and he's not a right winger. So that was another mistake that they made. Rashford and Bruno, very, very good. And obviously, Solskjaer got the best out of Rashford when he played for Man United. And then at the time, it was a midfield of Scott McTominay and Fred. And that is not a midfield that's going to win you Premier League titles. And that's what he got stuck with. And I feel really sorry for him. And he also had a back line of Varane, who got injured a lot. That was a mistake of a signing. Lindelof, who's obviously not very good. To say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't work, I think is a little bit harsh to him. I think the circumstances that he worked under made it not work. I think he got the best out of the team with what he had, really. Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, escape artist Samp, I don't think there's any manager at the moment that is gonna necessarily succeed there. I just think Man United is a mess. I think it's a real mess. No, you're right on Amarim as well. I just don't think there is a manager that would work there, to be honest with you. I think the only way that Man United can be fully back, honestly, is I don't think Ineos has worked. I think... Oh, it's just a freaking nightmare what's happened at Man United, really. I still think the Glazers need to sell the football club for Man United to really work out. Fletcher Presser at 5. So yeah, we're not going to get any Bruno info then. I think you got to get them all out, Nixie, but I mean... The problem as well at Man United, it's something I recognise, the fans want to see... They want to see a particular style of football. They want to see high-risk attacking football, right? But at the same time, that's not necessarily going to bring success. So then as a manager, you're at a crossroads, really, where you play high-risk attacking football and it doesn't necessarily lead to success. The fans want you out. If you're somewhat successful but don't play high excitement attacking football, the fans want you out. It's an interesting one. And also, honestly, the Man United manager job post Sir Alex Ferguson, I think, at least in the UK, is up there with like the top 3 hardest jobs. You've probably got the Prime Minister, which is, if you become a Prime Minister, you are the most unpopular person in the country, regardless of who you are, of which party you are or what you do. People are going to hate you. Man United manager, the amount of stuff that you have to deal with as the Man United manager is wild. And I'd also say a Premier League referee is up there with one of the worst jobs in the world, because you just get shouted at by 60,000 people every week. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. Great career cancer, yeah. Basically, don't be PM unless you're willing to give up your life. Don't be Man United manager unless you've got death wish. Same for a Premier League referee. Yeah, Rashford could well be back. That is true. I wouldn't would Man United really be opposed to that? Probably not. I don't think Rashford fell out with any of his teammates, really. He just fell out with Amorim, didn't he? Although I do think the thing that bothers me about Man United is I think they've got too many players that in this... This might sound overly negative, but they got too many players who I think may have slightly larger egos than they need to have. And the other point is I think they've got a lot of players that just don't have the mental level of resilience to play for Man United. They can't handle the cauldron of pressure that playing for Man United brings with it. I think you need to have untold levels of mental strength to play for Man United. I really do, and I think some of the players struggle with it. Yeah, Garnacho, man, he's not exactly done very well for. We got a Preston fan. I said nice things about Preston, mate, on Twitter. So it looks like Carrick, Solskjaer are both keen on the Man United job. Be cool seeing Carrick, Solskjaer back. Yeah, funny. Mainu's been a bit naughty with the Instagram likes as well. You think so, JD Bond? Interesting. Only have one transfer. Should I sell Raya for Pickford, Pope, Kelleher to start Ekitike or bench Ekitike and roll? I don't know who you've got that can play for Ekitike, so I don't know. Let me know. But I'd look at selling Raya. I think selling Raya this week is fine because it allows you to prime triple up on Arsenal. And I sold Raya for Sanchez this week. And I bought Declan Rice. That's what I did. Do. Statman Davis asking to give Fletcher the full-time job. Right. So here's my thoughts on Darren Fletcher, right? Here's my thoughts on Darren Fletcher, and you can shoot me down, right? These are the questions I have about Darren Fletcher taking on the Man United job, right? Tell me how he's qualified for that job, either by experience or achievements in career so far. Tell me how he's qualified to do that job. I guess the same probably applied to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well, but Ole was a manager before he joined Man United, to be fair, and he was only brought in on an interim basis anyway. So I just don't think Darren Fletcher is appropriately qualified to be the Man United manager. That's just my thoughts, but I'm willing to be proved wrong. And he does have 2 kids in the squad as well. I think Glasner would cook at United too. I agree. I think they should wait until the summer and get Glasner. Start 1, Cash Timber DCL Timber. He's a student of the game. Well, isn't everyone? Who's not a student of the game? I like to think I'm a student. I watch a lot of football. Does that make me a student of the game? United DNA, son's in the team, been okay and under 18. I think Carrick is more qualified for the job, to be honest with you. Michael Carrick is the most successful in terms of win percentage, the most successful Man United manager in history. He's got the highest win rate. Also, I think Son in the team is a negative, to be honest with you. What happens if you sub your son on? Like, someone's always going to think, oh, you're a little bit biased because you subbed your son on. I'm new to FPL. What happens if Semenyo goes to City? Nothing. You'll have 4 City players. It's a little glitch. You can have 4 City players that way. But I'd sell Semenyo. I don't think he's going to be great at City. Solskjaer was good at Mulder. He did a good job there. He did a good job. He did a better job there than I think, or a more, I don't know how to say it. Something that would look better on his CV than what Fletcher has done. I mean, obviously, I don't really know that much about Darren Fletcher. I've not interviewed him. I don't know. But that would be my thoughts anyway. How is he qualified to do the job? Yeah, and having 4 City players means that you've got 4 City players, so you can't even sell 1 to bring in a City player. You've got to sell 2. Do you think Sanchez starts? I think so, yeah. That's why I bought him. Chelsea is a joke as well in terms of how it's being run, I'll be honest with you. Carrick and Solskjaer have been sounded out, apparently, with regards to the Man United job. Well, just put them both in it. Get one to agree to be in the assistant, and then you're sorted. Looks like Mark Gahey's going to Man City, by the way. I think I'm going Thiago. I'm going to do it. Oh, fuck it. I'm going to do it. I think it makes sense. Because next week I'll probably want to do Cunha to Palmer. I think it makes sense. I would drop Garner. James. Carrick or Ollie? Yeah, I agree. Pick my defence. Gabriel Timber-Chow, Mateus Nunes. I'd go Gabriel Timber-Chow, bench Nunes. Stack or Lef? What does Lef mean? Oh, sorry, Mark Bailey. Went to school with someone called Mark Bailey. It's not you, is it? Oh, did I swear? I didn't even realise. Elf. Oh, Enzo Lefebvre, mate. Xhaka. Can you afford Xhaka? I think I get Xhaka. Come on then, boys. Ekitike to Thiago. I'll tell you what, Escape Artist Sam. Everyone was transferring him out, sure. I transferred him out for Ekitike, and I think that was probably a bit knee-jerk, to be honest. I almost felt like, incorrectly, like the stars aligned for me to make the transfer, though, because I had the exact money to do it, and I think at the time it made sense. But every single wildcard team I put together, I make a wildcard draft every week, right? Pretty much every week on my channel, I do a wildcard team. And Thiago has been in every single one. Because he's not better than Ekitike, sure, he's not. But he allows you to do so much more with your team. Like next week now, I can do Cunha to Cole Palmer, which gets me closer to the ideal perfect team for me. I don't think it's knee-jerk at all, because it helps me long-term. It's actually quite the opposite. It's not off the back of his haul, though. I've been picking him in every wildcard team I've made in my videos, which suggests I think he's part of the best team in FPL. And also, for the long term, it makes sense. Because I can bring Cole Palmer in, I can bring Bruno Fernandes in, I can afford to make all of those moves if I save the cash. You don't think Palmer is needed till 24? Yeah. That's the only thing, I guess, isn't it? You would have enough money anyways, would I? $1.5 million. No, I wouldn't. I've got 9.6. I don't have enough. And the thing is, if Ekitike doesn't play this week, I've got well, only Gabriel, I suppose. But it's Anderson against Chelsea off my bench, and no one else on my bench is going to play. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. I need to sell Ekitike to do it. But I guess when you think long term, right? You want to buy. When do I want to buy Bruno? I want to buy Bruno when he plays Fulham in 24. It's so 50-50. I'm going to look at what FPL Review said I should do. If in doubt, FPL Review. We go Solio Solver as well. Let's do the Solio Solver. I've got a link to Solio in the description. They've been kind enough to support the channel. Right. How do I do a solver? It's doing a solver for me. Bloody hell. That's really interesting what it's just told me to do. So it's telling me to buy Senesi and Chalobah. Now it's telling me to buy Alderete. Wow. So it literally told me to do Gehi to Alderete. In terms of best points, Gehi to Alderete was the move, apparently. Wow. Wow. How interesting is that? We're just going to go on FPL Review, see what it has to say as well. FPL review. Yeah, I think you're right on the rolling. AI transfer and hub, pretty good. Yeah, should we see what that says as well? Oh, this is not my team. We gotta go into my team. Oh no, it's not my team. Very similar to my team, but it's not my team. Port. By the way, the blanket I've got on my Lexus, I'm so toasty. It's great. Oh, did it say Gameweek 20 on it, did it, Jack? Whoops, that was a typo in the title. I'm not perfect. Let's see what the AI transfers have. Well, there we go. Pretty good. Pretty good. Raya for Sanchez, Anderson for Rice, it said. I could have kept Cherky, I guess, actually, in hindsight. I could have done that, actually. Oh, well. Oh, man. I wish I listened to that. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. We got Anderson. He'll score 4 points, get DEFCON. I could buy Cherky back. No, but it's the right move. Long term, it's the right move because it gives me cash. Gives me cash. I'm happy with it. Because I think the thing is, my ideal midfield has Anderson in it. It's just 5 in midfield with Anderson and a chop and change to the other players. So, yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. It's a little bit painful, but I'm fine with it. I was looking at FPL review, wasn't I? It's still loading. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Solve for me. Oh. Oh, come on. I've broken it. FPL review's frozen. Solio loves Sunderland defenders. Let's get on it. I've broken FPL review, guys. I've broken it. Solio loves Sunderland defenders. It does seem to. Oh, broken it again. Thiago to United. I think he needs to stay at Brentford for another season, really. Do what Mbumo did. Have another one at Brentford. I think Man United should... the best money Man United could spend is whoever does the transfers or at Brighton, Bournemouth or Brentford. Any Paqueta news? Yeah, he's pictured in training, mate. Bloody hell. Gahey to cash. Really? There's sort of one of them telling me to sell Cherky. Funny. None of them telling me to sell Raya for Rice. I wanted Rice anyway. Cash is decent. Yeah, you might be right, to be fair. What are Villa's fixtures like? I could still do Gahey to Cash. I probably need to hold my transfers, though, don't I? Probably need to hold my transfers. What was I looking at? Aston Villa's fixtures are really good until Gameweek 37. Newcastle away is not a good fixture. Crystal Palace away, I don't think is that good of a fixture. They ain't bad. But then every fixture looks good to Villa with them being where they are in the league. They're right, to be fair, aren't they? They got Arsenal out of the way. I guess if they don't play Arsenal, they've got good fixtures, haven't they? If they don't play Arsenal or Man City, their fixtures are good. That's basically what you're saying. Yeah, they're not bad. Yeah, I'd agree with Gahey as well. I'm quite happy with him. Even if he signs for Man City, I'll probably keep him. The only thing for me really with Gahey is how many points he's got from set pieces, and how poor Man City are at attacking set pieces. They don't do set pieces at Man City. Pep Guardiola don't like the set pieces. He don't like them, does he? How are we doing? Another half an hour to go, ladies and gentlemen. We've been live for 3 hours. 3 hours have just disappeared on this stream. Let's see if anyone's put stuff in my chat. Kuro Gain, you didn't say, mate. Roll, who's getting for Bruno if he starts against Burnley? We won't know. Basically, we won't know. We won't know. We won't know. Yeah, your long-term targets make sense. I don't think you actually need to do anything with your team, though, this week. I'll be honest with you. 2.4 in the bank, 2 free transfers. Plan to roll, do the following transfers next game week. Vandenberg to Chalobah, Cunha to Palmer, Thiago to Barnes. Oh, I wouldn't sell Thiago. Find it very hard to sell Thiago. But you do have Ekitike. Yeah, I'd find it very hard to sell Thiago with that team. Very hard. Don't really see why you'd sell Thiago. Yeah, we're not going to stream right until the deadline, mate. I usually finish when all the big dogs start their streams, so that's usually what I do. That's how we roll here. Isn't there a fixture turn for... Yeah, that's probably another reason to keep Ekitike, really, isn't it? There is a fixture turn, you're right. Favourite song at the moment? There's only one for me. I'll post a link to it in the chat. I've only got one, mate. I'm absolutely pumping this song every day at the moment. Let me just find it on YouTube and I'll put a link in the chat. I'm going to get done for copyright, so... You've got to give it a couple of minutes because it drops after a couple of minutes. But this song is it's massive, Jack. I'll put it in the chat for you. Crack that on. It's savage. I would want to. I would run for a brick wall if I heard that song. To be honest, when I hear that song, I run through walls. Fantasy Football Hub and FPL Review want me to bring in O'Reilly for Senesi, but I never touch seed. Yeah, I can't get too excited about O'Reilly. I just don't. I can't get too excited about him. Sorry if you disagree, but I can't get too excited about him. My apologies. Ms. Apologies. Which one to start? Alderete, Van der Ven, or... Correct, mate. It's a banger, crack, man. It is a banger. Crack it on. I don't care if you want to turn off the stream to listen to it. Get to about 2... Let it build up for about 2 minutes and then tell me that you don't want to, like, push your grandma down the stairs or something. I don't know why I said that, but that's kind of... that's the vibe the song gives me anyway. I don't know where those words came from, but yeah, they came out. I'll probably get demonetized for saying that on my channel. Alderete, Van der Ven, or... I'd say Alderete I'd start, to be honest, even though I'm back in Thiago. Any Esteve update? No, sorry. Start Wilson, Van der Ven, or Ekitike? I'd say I'm... Alright. I've decided, because wasn't sure, I'm going to use my rule in FPL, right? When you're not sure about a transfer, you probably don't make it. And I'm not sure about transferring out Ekitike, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, and we're going to keep hold of Ekitike. Because I think he plays. And, let's be honest, if Liverpool scored and it came from Ekitike, I don't think it would hurt me, because I've got Gabriel and I don't have double Arsenal defence anymore. So I probably actually want Arsenal to concede and just Gabriel to score and get DEFCON. That's what we want. Put a link in the chat, Alien. Sorry. Put a link in the old chat. Got some goal scoring odds. Rob TFPL. Look at that, eh? Look who's second. Bloody Thiago. Who I'm not buying this week. But I guess then we look at Gameweek 22 and it's... Ekitike is probably top, isn't he? Alongside Thiago. Alongside Haaland, sorry. This does make for interesting reading, considering I don't own any of these bloody players. These markets assume a player starts, and Bruno Fernandes is named here as well. Where's Declan Rice when you need him, you know? Where's Declan Rice when you need him? He's not there. Just bloody bought him. Cherky here? He's 0.27. We don't like that. Oh, someone's messaged me. Let's have a quick look, see if that's any info. No. It's good, isn't it, Jack? Wildcard team, there's a wildcard video on my channel, mate. Just have a look. Yeah, I agree on Krupa Jr. He would be a bargain, but that's why he's cheap, because he won't start every game. Thoughts on Tavernier? Definitely. Is it worth switching Wilson? You know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't have a Bournemouth player anymore. What are the Bournemouth fixtures like? Have a look-see. Oh, they're decent. They're not bad. Yeah, Tavernier. You can go Tavernier. Are they better than Fulham's fixtures? Fulham do have decent games, but I don't mind Tavernier. I do think he could take penalties. He will take penalties. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Oh, excuse me. I do think next week I could quite easily do Cunha to Bruno Fernandes, though. And also, maybe Elliot Anderson to... what do we call it? Elliot Anderson to... Tavernier. Could be doing that as well. Worth downgrading Tarkovsky to Collins to get Krupa Jr. No, you can't make you can't make two transfers to bring Krupa Jr. in. Start two, bench two. I think I'd start Alderete and Ekitike. FPL van life, yeah, that's funny. You jump on Bruno directly. Well, if he plays this week and gets through it, and also the next fixture is not for a little while. So the next fixture for Man United, let's be honest, is after this. It's on the 17th. So he's got quite a break. Ekitike and Enzo versus Palmer and Thiago. Well, that's a 50-50, I think, to be honest with you, mate. It's a real 50-50, that one. I can't say I have a preference, really. I think it's a real 50-50. Now I've got... See, now... This is sure how everyone can relate to this, but I've just said that I really like having Ekitike in my team. But now the thought of going for Thiago has creeped into my brain again. Creeped into my brain again because of the quote I've just seen from Arne Slot. And I'm going to show you the quote. I'm going to show you the quote. I'm going to show you the quote. Could I actually, and you might think I'm mad, could I actually do Elliot Anderson to Tavernier instead? Could I just do that? Let me see. Let me see let me see. Yeah, I can. I can afford that. Bruno, he can come in next week. He has done not much, though. Do I want 4 points per week? He's got 8 defensive contributions per 90 as well. Yeah, I know on Thiago, mate. I know. Save the bloody transfer. Mate, it's hard. I go through the same feeling everyone does. I'm no FPL expert, mate. I just make YouTube videos about it. Exactly. Bruno's going to play at the 10. I hope they play a 4-2-3-1. Exactly. And they got Man City. And let's be honest, Man City have not been the best defensively. FPL expert, Tom. Yeah. So I could also do bloody Elliot Anderson to Tavernier. I'm going to put it in the Discord, actually. Let's see what people think. I'm going to put it in the Discord. I'm going to use my own Discord. Elliot Anderson back to Turkey to doing either Haaland. Yeah, I did. Sorry. What I said about Anderson is he himself is not necessarily in the ideal team because there are lots of options at that price point, but the ideal team has a player at that sub 6 million price point is my overarching point. Let's see what the old Discord's saying. And Cherky to Rice. To be fair, next week I could buy both Bruno Fernandes and Tavernier. Yeah, it's true. These lot are right. These lot are right. He's asking me for help. I know. Let's see what people are saying. Double down on Liverpool defence. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. What car's that? He's got an R33 Skyline. Cheers, Arlian. Yeah, I see your DM. We'll have a look. I won't open DMs on screen, mate. I know I really want to make a transfer, but I don't. You know, there's like with lots of decisions in life, right? You've got an angel on one shoulder and then a devil on the other shoulder. The temptation, and you know, should I be led into temptation in this regard or not? I'm going to open it on. Cheers, mate. We'll have a look. Gracie Adams topic. We'll have a look, mate. Oh, I can see. I don't know, mate. It's a complete 50-50 me here. I'm sort of deciding that myself. I don't know. Gut feeling. I'm totally in my gut is totally 50-50. My gut is totally 50-50. Totally 50-50. I could also heavens. I could do that, but then I'm blocked from getting Bruno. My gut is telling me that's probably the right move, just to leave it at that. I wouldn't be happy if Ekitike scored a couple against Burnley, but what if Thiago scores a couple against Sunderland? He could also score against Chelsea as well, let's be honest. is if you really want cash. Yeah, I don't need cash this week. I can take a couple of price falls as well, in reality, on Ekitike. I have so much money if I do Ekitike to Thiago. I played Dubravka this week. I genuinely think there's some small chance that I say small chance. There is a chance, a world where Brentford keep a clean sheet against Man United. Cash plays for Villa. Funny. We'll see. There's also a potential double game week in 26 as well, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, whatever move I make will be the wrong one. You're not looking at Sharda enough. Who would you get rid of for Sharda? Who are you getting rid of here for Sharda? I'm just not sure you are. I don't think you're getting rid of anyone. By the way, if you haven't already, do leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. I'm not asked for that very much this stream. But yeah, if you could please subscribe and leave a like rating on the old stream, I'd be very grateful. Oh, it's just so... Start Ekitike or not? I don't know, mate. It depends who else you could start instead of him. That's the decision. Doesn't matter who else in your team. It's who you can start instead of him. That's what you should make your decision on. Rodgers, Rice, and even Gordon, I would say, are better than Sharda. Yeah, I'd probably be inclined to agree. I'm very glad to have Rice in my team again, though. Solskjaer is in Manchester at the moment, by the way. Do you want to know something mad, by the way? How long ago do you think Solskjaer took over Man United on that interim basis? How long ago do you think that was? How long ago? How many years ago do you think that was? 7 years ago. 7 years ago. 7 years. Wow. Wow. 7 years. I'd love an Ekitike goal this week now, I think. We got to be fully behind Ekitike because it probably helped my rank a lot if Ekitike scores this week. It would help my rank a lot. A lot. A lot. Arsenal back to 40%. Yeah. Need a defender for Guardiola. Shalabar, Chow, one of those two. It's a dead Tuesday, mate. Come on, they can do better than that. One game tonight is bloody West Ham Forest. We can do better than that, surely. What game would you prefer? Obviously, I think the Arsenal-Liverpool one can stay where it is. But what game would you prefer to happen tonight out of that lot? Is it safe to move off Foden to Palmer? Yeah. We got to see what Foden does, though. He's pretty safe in the team at the moment, isn't he? His old Philly. Yeah, the scheduling is mental. And annoyingly, I'm at bloody training tomorrow when all the games are on. I always do this, and it sounds sad, but I prioritise my own training over watching other men play football. So I will be going training instead of watching the games. Palace Villa, Newcastle Leeds. Yeah, Newcastle Leeds would be fun to have today. I think that'd be a good game. Start Ekitike or play Gehi. Oh, well. Have a look at my team, mate. Your question is resolved by looking at my team. Your question is answered, sorry, by looking at my team. Would you start Ekitike? I'd start Krupi, probably. But I'd probably start both of them. Bench one, Wilson. I have White, Senesi. Well, I wouldn't start White. Wouldn't start Guardiola because he's injured. Senesi, Timber, Alderete. You got your answer. Tom said Palmer and Thiago. Okay. Do that then. What about Cash, yeah? I told you the ones to go for, though. Defenders that get DEFCON are the best in the game. That's how it is, mate. Tarkovsky to Collins / Krupi. How can you do Tarkovsky to Krupi? I probably have Shalabar over all of them, really. You don't have Tarkovsky playing Thiago. They're not playing each other. Yeah, I want to see United getting battered. I'll tell you what, I want the Liverpool game today, so we might get a leak whether Ekitike is in the team or not. Amarim went out for lunch this afternoon, and Amarim's just living his best life, isn't he? Oh, Jesus. Do 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 do. Like you owe me. Do 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 do. Went from 45k. Oh, mate. Palmer too much of a gamble. No, not if you're on your wild card. Yeah, fair enough, Arlian. 7 points, though. I don't know. Kudus v Semenyo. I think Kudus could be injured, mate, and miss the game. I think Kudus could be injured. I just say flip a coin. I'm content. If I've got to flip a coin, I'm not selling him. Krupi would be on the bench over Mark Gu. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll do that. I think you want, because we actually have a couple of those dirt cheap strikers that could actually get good minutes, I would pick one. Best three captains, honestly, Alex, it's Haaland or no one, really. It's Haaland or Cunha, really. But I think you've got to go Haaland. Do I start Van Dijk over Ekitike? I feel like Ekitike's minutes will be limited if he makes it. You've got to start Ekitike. Oh. I'd start both, Isaac. I'd start both. Yeah, I was just looking at that as well, Nixie. I guess we got to do it, haven't we? I'm crap at vice captain. 1 week I had bloody Gahey as my vice captain by accident. Or something like that. There we go. How can you pick no one for captain? What do you mean? It's Haaland or no one. If you don't have Haaland in your team, then you're in trouble. Amorim got fit, I know, mate. He's absolutely laughing, is Ruben Amorim, and fair play to him. I think he had a pretty torrid couple of years as Man United manager. I'll be honest with you. I think his life was ruined by that job for the last couple of years. No, I don't think Amorim was a problem either. Well, in a way. I don't think he was the right manager, but he didn't recruit himself. I mean, you're going to believe in yourself and take the manager job, aren't you? How confident are you of an Arsenal clean sheet? I'm fairly confident, actually. I think like 35, 40%, which is probably what their clean sheet odds are. I think, Nixie, this is it. After this stream ends in 5 minutes, I'm going to stretch. I'm going to go to the gym, and then it will be the deadline, and I won't change my team. So I think this is it. I think my moves are okay. My moves this week have been all right. I'm fairly content. Would you bench Ekitike? I'd bench Szoboszlai of that lot, I think. I know Arlian, but it's very short term. Crazy VODs, yeah, pin comment, mate. Join the Discord. You're probably going to run out of time, though, to be honest, so I don't want to force you into it. We're probably a bit late for you to do a team review now and get it all done in time. Start Van Dijk or Alderete? Alderete for me, I think. We're backing against Thiago. Thiago's rubbish. That's what we're saying. Well, not if you sign up, you get a 2-week free trial, mate. 2-week free trial if you sign up. I think we're pretty much done with the stream though now. Oh, thanks everyone for joining. that was a big one. We've been live for 3 hours and 30 minutes. We had 4,700 people tune in. I'm very grateful for that. Leave a like rating on the way out if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the Golden Goal channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate a little subscribe. But yeah, I think we're done, aren't we? Really, with the deadline stream today. Discussed a lot, decided a lot. I think our calls are right. I think the decisions we've made are the right ones. And I'm not going to... One thing I would say, and it's... What happens in the game week now is outcome. You know, it's out of my hands, right? And I feel like I've done the right things here. I've made decisions that even if the players I don't buy do well, like Thiago does well this week, whatever, I think I've made decisions that I'm happy with. So when I'm on stream, whenever, reacting to the game week, just let me know that I was happy with the decisions that I've made. All right, everyone. I hope you have a good game week. I'm off to the gym now, and I'm going to try and forget about my team. All right, cheers, everyone, and I'll see you later. Thanks for all joining. That was good fun.